Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the single greatest wrestling event of all time. Forget Starrcade, throw the Royal Rumble in the trash, and fuck WrestleMania. Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready for the ultimate no-holds-barred winner-take-all bloodbath clash of the Monster Titans? It's time for Monster Brawl! We're watching it so you don't have to, so you know what time it is! Goons, welcome to the Horrible Horror Podcast, the podcast where we watch the worst of the worst in horror movies. Movies so bad they're scary. I'm your host, Lord Marshall Hampton. With me, joining me today on this most sacred of Sundays, WrestleMania Sunday, is the Professor, Mr. Aaron Southworth. Aaron, how are you doing today?
The Professor. You're trying to make that one stick, huh?
Well, you complained last time you needed a nickname or something.
I guess, but it just feels forced. I've never been a nickname guy.
You really haven't.
Dude, ever since my whole life. And we've hung out with people with, nicknames run around like the water flows easy over a river, you know? Does that make any sense? Fuck it. But I just never got a nickname. The only one that kind of stuck for the short time I was in Thailand when I played rugby is because I didn't tackle like normal people. I didn't know how, it's like tackle, you just kind of smear him and drag him down. But I would get him on the hips and I'd take him down like a wrestling style because that's what I knew. It's like if I got someone around the hips, I'm going to lift him up and drive him into the ground. That's just my training. And so one of the guys was like, "You're like a fucking Greco. Look at Greco over there." And then for 3 weeks, people called me Greco. And then that kind of went away.
Well, yeah, we're also not in Thailand anymore.
Exactly,
yeah. People aren't here.
But that was a cool nickname.
That is actually a pretty cool nickname. That's a good point. We had so many friends who had just given out nicknames like they were fucking Tic Tacs to everybody. Mm-hmm. And then you're nothing, you just never had one.
Never.
It never stuck. It never seemed to fit you. It was weird. Anyway, like I said, you may have just got it from the intro, or maybe what I just said. It is WrestleMania weekend. It's Sunday. Night 2 of WrestleMania is tonight. And of course, if you've been following the show for any length of time, you know that we like to do celebrate the occasion by doing a wrestling horror movie to go along with it.
Or wrestling themed or something based around. Yeah.
I thought for sure going into year 6 now, or that we'd be run out of wrestling horror, but no,
there's plenty still.
There's still some out there to get to. But this week we're doing Monster Brawl.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing this as a watch-along episode this week
because there's no other way to do it.
No, this movie, I've seen this movie a few times now, and I won't lie, I am I don't know if I want to do this because it's so. I don't know, we'll get into it, but we're going to be doing a watch-along.
I mean, it's basically a monster wrestling pay-per-view that you're watching.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's how they present it.
Yep.
There's no, horror story. There's no third act, second act.
No,
there's
no plot.
There's no plot. It's just monsters wrestling.
Yeah. That's all it is.
Really wrestling in a goddamn wrestling ring. They're not for glory or some sort of not some sort of, ends to a means of to solve a problem.
Nope.
No, nothing. It's just literally monsters
not
wrestling.
Not world domination
or to save somebody or any sort of backstory whatsoever. Nope. Just monsters wrestling.
Yep.
Which is okay.
I
mean, that's okay.
I
don't hate the idea, but it's hard to do.
Before we get on to the rest of the movie, first off, let's bring you up to date. It was the Final Four weekend as well, so that means we have our results for our. We haven't gotten to. We were about to do our Final Four. We have the results for our epically awful 8 round of matchups. Now, Aaron's got something to say about this on Instagram, so something happened, but go on, Aaron, you explain it to the people.
So I post the Instagram matchups. It lasts for 24 hours, and we have had a lot of participation. I mean, we're having like 50, 60 votes. You know, I mean, this is great stuff for each matchup, so we're doing really good. I'm really happy with our turnout. But when I woke up yesterday, when everything ended, I was like, okay, let's see what the final results are. I click on the insights to see what it is, and it says, we're sorry, but something went wrong. Please try again. And it's been like that for like 48 hours. So I don't have the percentages. I do know who won and who lost, though.
And in the end of the thing, that's really what matters. We know we have results. We just don't have the exact percentage like we had in the past to see how badly one person got beat by the other.
I have a basic idea, because I checked them out before on Friday evening before they ended, or Saturday evening before they ended. So I kind of know some of the percentages.
Okay.
But, yeah.
All right, well, let's start this off. So in the Crystal Lake bracket, our first matchup, we have Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 taking on Killer Unicorn. And this is one that
This is the one that fucks me up the most.
Okay.
Because the very last time I checked it, the vote was separated by one vote.
Wow.
One vote. It was like 51% to 49%. Like one vote.
That's the closest we ever had, really.
Separating. And I feel bad because I can't check to see if maybe someone chipped in another vote, made it 50-50. Maybe
we have a tie.
Maybe the other person came along, but it came out that Killer Unicorn won with 51% to Halloween 2's 49%. And that one I just feel so disappointed in, because I can't confirm 100%, because that one was so close.
Yeah, that does suck, but we got to go with what we have.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised. Halloween 2, there's a lot of hate for that movie. I thought that could go on further. But Killer Unicorn moving on to the Final Four. Let's find out who it's going to face. So next matchup, we have Leprechaun 4 in space taking on our number 2 seed night before Easter. And what do we got here?
It was about 65% to 35% with the vote for night before Easter being the worst of the two.
Night before Easter. All right, number 2 seed is moving on. Looks like they are living up to their first round bye. They've earned that reputation for that. So that's our 2 going into Final Four on the Crystal Lake side. Let's move over to Haddonfield, and we have our number 1 seed, Don't Go in the Woods, taking on Black Christmas 2019. I'm excited about this one. Who's going on?
Cincinnati Jeff is going to be proud, because I think he might have called it. Black Christmas beat it handily.
What?
Last time I remember checking the percentages, it was like 68%. No. Yeah, just crushed. Don't go in the woods.
Our 1 seed is out. That means all of the number 1 seeds are out now. And Don't Go in the Woods is my sleeper. That's one of my picks. The win.
Me too.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a horrible fucking movie.
I'm calling shenanigans. I think Cincinnati Jeff hacked this and somehow tampered with the results to get Black Christmas moving on to the Final Four.
It's moving on, man. It was like pretty convincingly took it over.
It's bad, but god damn, Don't Go in the Woods deserves. Maybe the star player, maybe they pulled a hamstring, they missed buzzer beat. I don't know. I'm calling shenanigans, but there's nothing I can do about it. The results are in. Moving on, we have Aqua Slash taking on number 2 seed Party Night. Who we got here?
So the winner, which was voted on as which one was worse, is Aqua Slash.
Really?
Yes.
What is happening in Haddonfield?
I totally agree.
What is happening in Haddonfield?
Totally agree. Totally blown away by that one.
Aqua Slash. All right. Jeez, I did not see this coming.
Me neither.
At all. My bracket has been busted, shit on, put down a garbage disposal, and spit out into a fucking wood chipper. My God. Okay, so that's it. That's our final 4, our final fucked up 4. Heading into next week, we have Killer Unicorn taking on number 2 seed night before Easter. Then we have Black on one side. And then Haddonfield, we have Black Christmas 2019 taking on Aqua Slash. This is crazy. I did not see this bracket happening this way, but we'll see where it goes.
I'm surprised that Black Christmas has gone this far.
Yeah, I know people hate it, but I did not think it would get past Don't Go in the Woods.
Right.
To me, that was like the Duke, the Kansas, their Blue Blood. That was going to go all the way. Terrible. My God. Again, maybe it's right on the popularity and the word of mouth. People have seen it more and know that the hatred is really bad for that movie. Aqua Slash blows my mind too. That one,
yeah.
I mean, it's bad, but I don't know, at least visually and technically it's better than Party Night was.
Far better.
But, man, okay. So
there we are.
I was kind of hoping to see we would get a Party Night versus Night Before Easter showdown.
Right.
But it didn't happen. So, all right, there it is, man. There it is. I suppose we'll have to see the next results when we move on.
If the percentages do pop up and I was wrong, I will fix it, clarify it. But I just want to, I'm pretty positive this is exactly how it played out.
Well, let's make it official. I mean,
yeah.
it is what it is. That's all right. So that's done. Before we move on, like I said, it is WrestleMania weekend. And, everybody's fighting. And in spirits of Monster Brawl and the fighting, it's got to get brutal. But before that, we got to get cleaned up for the main event.
Well, yeah.
Where's my money?
Oh, you playing this one again? That's weird.
Where's my money, man?
I thought it was fitting.
I thought for sure WrestleMania weekend you'd want, like, Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, you like that? That feel good? That feel good?
You don't have to play it now. You already played something. There, Jesus.
There we go. Shane McMahon. You want Shane McMahon right now?
I think you just like Jesus, stop pushing buttons. Fuck.
All right.
God damn it.
Anyway, guys, we're partnering with Manscaped, and we have to do our little Manscaped promo here. And it's not just that we're shelling out, we're sellouts, but the product is actually really good. We do stand behind it. You can get your hands on the Ultra Premium Collection right now. Includes the Manscaped deodorant for your armpits, the hydrating body moisturizer, the body wash, the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, and the 3-pack of lip balm. And get that all right now at manscaped.com. And use promo code Moongoon, that's MOONGOON, for 20% off and free shipping to your entire purchase. I highly suggest getting this. And if you don't even got that, you always never forget about the we'll call it the heavyweight champion, if you will, the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer.
Yeah. I mean, if you're putting on those tights, you don't want any little spider legs sticking out there. You want to make sure everything's nice and trim, nice and tight. You mean if you're wearing some real tight shorts, some trunks, tight trunks, yes.
I mean, like the wrestlers, man, they gotta shave.
Yeah.
If you're a wrestler, there's nothing better to shave with right now than the Lawnmower 4.0. You don't want those fucking pubes sticking out your wrestling tights.
No.
You look like a joke. Nobody wants that because those things hide nothing.
You need to bushwhack that shit.
You need to bushwhack that shit. That's great. Get yourself the Lawnmower 4.0 from manscaped.com with promo code Moongoon for 20% off your entire order and free shipping. All right, let us move on. All right, so Monster Brawl. This movie was released on July 23rd, 2011, but not until March 30th, 2012 in the United States. Written by Jason David Brown and Jesse Thomas Cook, which is also directed by Jesse Thomas Cook. He's got 8 directing credits, but nothing else I've ever heard of. Not much else that he's done that I don't think anybody's heard of.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I glazed over for a second. Okay. Wasn't released in the United States till later, so this is a Canadian film.
Canadian.
Yep. That makes sense.
We have
totally makes
not
sense.
had good luck with Canadian films on this show. We've had
not many.
1 or 2 that have come out surprisingly good, but most of the time it's Canadian. We know we're in for
huh?
Oh yeah, okay. You can find this movie currently on Amazon. I think it's on Amazon Prime. You can find it on Vudu, YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV, and Tubi. The cast, we have Buzz Chambers, played by Dave Foley. Most people know him from Kids in the Hall of Fame, the sketch comedy.
Kids in the Hall and News Radio.
Yeah, that's the other one. This also features WWE Hall of Famers Jimmy Hart and Kevin Nash make appearances with the voice of God, voiced over by Lance Hendrickson.
Lance Hendrickson.
Mm-hmm. All people you should know. Also, UFC referee, ex-referee, I don't know if he's still there.
No, current ref, yeah.
Herb Dean.
Herb Dean
makes an appearance as well. Then we have Frankenstein, played by Robert Mallet. He's got 43 credits. He was Sluggo in Deadpool 2. He was in Pacific Rim and 300, but he's probably better known as Kurgan from the Oddities faction in WWE back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Witch Bitch is played by Holly Leckerman. She's also a professional wrestler who's better known by her ring name Rosemary. So some people might know her from the Independence and I think TNA or something like that. Impact, she was on that. Lady Vampire, played by Kelly Couture. She was also a professional wrestler. She wrestled in the Canadian independent company called BSE Pro. And back in 2008, she was listed at number 40 on PWI's top 50 female wrestlers list. On that same list that year, our local wrestling star and friend Mischief was ranked number 5 that year.
Slide that one in there.
Yeah.
Huh?
Mummy is played by RJ Skinner, who's better known by his ring name RJ City, who wrestled with GPW or Guerrilla Pro Wrestling, and he's also been on TNA and Impact as well. So
they got legit wrestlers, which I was very happy with.
Yeah. Not everybody was a wrestler, but a lot of the cast are wrestlers, so they did go that route. That's really all I'm going to talk about the cast. Like I said, we are doing this as a watch along this week, so we have it queued up right now. We're doing it on Amazon, so luckily we didn't have to deal with commercial breaks.
Right, because that's not going to work.
That would have sucked. So we have a pause right now on the Foresight Features logo at 7 seconds in on the play. So we are going. Here we go. And I apologize. I'm going to be eating my lunch while I watch this. So you might hear some munching. But
so get ready for that.
I will move away from the mic, but just saying, here we go. 1, 2, 3, press play.
But yeah, I am glad they used professional wrestlers in this, and it does show. It's. I'm glad they did all that. And when I did hear Lance Hendrickson doing the voice, I was like, whoa. But, it's like it just says voice by, never makes an appearance.
It's just his voice.
Never see him.
And it's funny that he's apparently the voice of God, which has nothing to do with this movie. Like, it's not like God, like, I make it, it's calling you guys to make this match.
Right.
It's just, why is he God? I don't understand it.
So we get kind of like a little... I don't know, explanation. Not even an explanation, just like, there's monsters out there. They're fucking scary.
Yeah, there is zero explanation.
They just showed like different there's like a scene of the Wolfman walking, a scene of Frankenstein. It's like, there's fucking scary things. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's all our explanation. And then running through the cast right now. Robert Mallet. Now I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I know he was part of the Oddities.
Yes.
But Vince McMahon was like high on him. He like wanted him to actually be like he was hoping he could be something. But because he really wasn't good, like a good WWE style wrestler. He just didn't have.
He was just a big, weird looking guy.
Yeah, he just didn't have exactly like he liked his height, he liked his musculature, but he just didn't quite fit the bill. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, they had all the monsters that they're, we'll break him down, but the one monster kind of sticks out to me, and it's like, what the fuck is the Cyclops?
Yeah, me too. Like, of all the monsters, okay, mummy, werewolf, vampire, Frankenstein, I get it. But, like, and then this weird swamp thing, which I guess is supposed to be like swamp thing.
You kind of nailed it, yeah, like swamp thing. Yeah.
But even that was weird, but, like, the Cyclops, like, all these are, like, classic gothic or hammer time, horror, universal monsters.
Right.
Like, Cyclops was a mythical creature.
A Greek,
totally
Greek mythology,
totally different, like, universe thing. And same with kind of like, and then Swamp Thing, like, why didn't they just do, like, Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Right?
Like, that would have been easier and fit the theme better.
Right?
Mummy, vampire, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and that's basically Monster Squad.
Yeah, you need to get around,
right
just
there.
call it Sea Creature,
Yeah.
and just have him look a lot like Creature from Black Lagoon. Oh, and this is where we have our play-by-play crew.
Yeah. Who pretty much talked through the entire movie. So we're in the wrestling ring is set up in a cemetery at night. There's graveyards around, and then our announcing crew is in like a wooden shack, basically.
Yeah. So they're in a cemetery, wrestling ring in the middle, and they're like, hey, welcome to we're gonna do a wrestle brawl, and it's gonna be pandemonium, holy cow. And there's really not great jokes. This is where your comedy is gonna be, and the jokes really don't land. I don't remember anything that was like, I'm gonna bring that up.
There's only one moment in this movie that I found funny, and it comes up later, but it's not anything anybody said.
I think I know what it is.
Yeah, and I was really disappointed, especially because Dave Foley's a sketch comedian. Like I
Yeah.
didn't think he'd be a better, like maybe it wasn't improv, but still I thought he'd be funnier. Like he's the funny guy.
Right.
Oh yeah, and Zombie's the other one.
Yeah.
But yeah, they should have gotten rid of Cyclops, put in Creature from Black Lagoon, put in something else. Like I don't get it.
Yeah, this is where they're showing all the different monsters. You know, there's an undead category and a creature category.
Yeah,
It's fun.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm okay with that. What I found funny though is how the middleweight and heavyweight division. How the hell the Cyclops is
I
in
know.
middleweight, but Werewolf is in heavyweight? Cyclops is huge.
They even show their weights, and I was like, how'd that happen?
Yeah, how is he middleweight?
Yeah, and they're showing all the matchups that are going to take place. But they didn't do this, like, really, truly tournament style either. Because they had these middleweights that just kind of have one match.
Yeah, they have one match.
So this is all just kind of piecemeal together. It doesn't really flow that well.
I don't understand why. They should have done like UFC style then. Just have everybody go against everybody.
Just single matches,
don't
yeah.
have the weight bracket.
Yeah, and then have your main
Wait.
event be, you know, the big
winner.
one you want to show.
Yeah, I don't understand the weight divisions either. If you're only gonna have one match.
Oh, this is where you see Jimmy Hart. I do like Jimmy Hart in this.
Yeah, Jimmy Hart's fine. And that fucker doesn't seem to age.
No way, he
The guy's
doesn't.
gotta
I
be,
know.
Like in his 70s or 80s, and he looks like he's like
Just
in his
he like
50s.
you just put him right back into WrestleMania 5.
Yeah.
Just drop him right back
I mean,
in
you
there.
know he dyes his hair, of course, but
Sure.
like the wrinkles, the mud, like, he looks great.
Yeah.
And he doesn't sound like old, or he's
still got lots of energy.
Yes, the energy, the liveliness.
Now
Yeah.
this is about 10 years ago, but still.
That is true. It is about 10 years ago. It is 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
March 30th.
No,
is
Jesus
in
Christ,
America.
almost exactly 30
Yeah, almost
years
exactly.
ago. But still, fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is an ongoing gag. Is that Dave Foley's character is like always drinking,
But the problem
but
with the gag
it's
is,
not even that funny. Yeah, it's just like he just.
But the problem with it is, if we see him drinking from his flask like the entire move, throughout the entire move, but there's no payoff. It's like he never gets drunk.
Right.
Like if you're drinking from the flask this whole time, like straight booze, liquor, you should be he should be doing a progressively getting drunker thing. That would maybe be funny. Here he does. There's no payoff.
Right.
For it.
This part I hated. I hated this part. So they have Jimmy Hart sitting in the ring doing an interview with
Yeah.
the guy who's holding the monster Brawl.
Yeah, like the promoter.
And it's just like a normal guy.
Yeah.
It's the most milquetoast, boring. Like this is what.
This is probably the director just trying to explain, like, here's why we're making the movie, guys, and I want my 15 minutes in the movie. Yeah, it's a really dumb scene. It really has no bearing. They could have cut this out completely and just added more match time or done something else.
It's horrible,
Yeah.
you know, because it's not fun. It's not adding anything to it. It's in fact, I believe it takes away.
I agree.
Makes me go, what the fuck am I watching?
And then what the humor's supposed to be is that Jimmy Hart talks and he's like, yeah, I'm into it. But then every time the guy he's interviewing starts talking, Jimmy Hart's so like, oh, I'm so bored. Why do I have to listen to this guy talk? I'm waiting for my turn to speak again, not listening. And they lose this look. And that's supposed to be the humor, but again, falls flat. It's not funny.
Well, there you have it, folks. The brains behind the brawl. I give you some advice. Yeah, you make some money, get you a new suit.
So why is, again, if it's just a normal dude by the ball, why is God doing the voiceover for this? Like, I don't get him. It's not like God put this together. It's like,
Yeah,
you know,
and again, another useless character. They have this guy in the middle, like he's the
yes,
groundskeeper,
the groundskeeper.
and his makeup actually looks really good.
Yeah, he looks fucking creepy.
He
and
kind
old
of
and weird.
looks like. Did you ever see Creep Show 2? Tom Savini's character. He's kind of the character in the opening. He throws he unloads the comic books at the newsstand, but he looks like a ghoul. Kind of like he's a little more ghouly looking than that, but
He looks very zombie-esque.
yeah,
too.
but that's what it made me think of. It's a lot like that character.
No, I actually haven't seen that one.
Spending too much time watching horrible horror movies.
Yeah, yes, I do.
All right, so the groundskeeper's like, the ground's a curse. What are you doing? It's like, shut up.
Yeah, he's a doomsayer. You're doomed. You're all
Yeah,
doomed.
total doomsayer.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I don't understand. It's quite literally, they're setting kind of something up, like something bad's going to happen. You're doomed. Oh, no. Nope.
Yeah, nothing comes with it. I also want to know, who the hell are they announcing to? Like, there's no TV cameras.
There's no crowd.
There's zero audience. Who are they supposed to be announcing to? Who's supposed to be listening to this?
I mean, it's the weirdest. It's almost like COVID. You know, it's like no audience, no real. You don't see what's going on. It's like we're just going to have a wrestling match.
Yeah.
And this is where they introduced Herb Dean.
There they had cameras. They should, if that's the thing, they should put like some station, the cameramen around the ring videotaping it. There's not even that.
This night's gonna go down in fighting history. Yeah, what do you think about
So-
living in a world where monsters must fight to the death? I think it's great.
This is where they're interviewing Herb Dean, and I'm like, okay, these monsters are fighting to death. Why the fuck do they have a referee?
Yeah, if it's a death match,
And he's just like, look, I just want to keep it kind of classy, keep the nut shots to a minimum. You know, if anybody's doing something cheesy, I'm going to try to talk to him, trying to sway it the other way.
The match will continue until one of them loses their life.
But it's a death match.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fucking death match. Who cares?
I think they just wanted Herb Dean in there.
Yeah, I think that's an excuse to get her. Yeah, exactly.
We need more star power. How about Herb Dean?
Because everybody knows who he is. They should have got like Little Nate or Earl Ebner.
Right.
Those are probably, like, if you're wrestling, that's your wrestling ref.
Yes.
Or like,
good point.
yeah.
Okay, now these scenes that they show.
Oh yeah, now we get like these little backstory
These
vignettes.
little vignettes.
Yes.
So they do these vignettes on each one of the wrestlers
Yes,
or monsters that's
yeah.
going to be competing. We start off with Cyclops in a like as a blacksmith. And to be perfectly honest, these vignettes aren't bad.
The problem is they're better than the rest of the movie.
Yes.
Each of these vignettes is by far could be a much more compelling, interesting movie to watch than what we actually get.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And I wish they would have just been like, all right, we're going to fucking do it. We're going to make a movie. And like, choose one.
Yeah.
You know, or you can mix them all together, but just don't have them in a wrestling match. It's weird because the vignettes are pretty good.
Yeah. Also, how do they have this guy's address? He lives in a fucking cave somewhere out in the middle. And they don't say like 3 months ago or 2 days ago. It's just like, here's the invite for the wrestling tournament. Come on in.
And it's just like on a dirty piece of paper.
Yeah.
Like almost like a scroll.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
I will say most of the makeup in this isn't too bad, but I really hate the way Cyclops looks.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's terrible.
It's not an easy one to do.
It's not, but like.
So unless you're like a super professional or someone who specializes that or really practice it a whole lot, yeah, it looks pretty bad.
Yeah, and the eyeball they just stuck on, like there's no eyelid. It doesn't blink. It's just
No,
like
it
it might just be a googly eye.
It doesn't turn.
Yeah.
It doesn't look around. Doesn't do anything. It's just static.
Yeah.
It's just a static eye. So here's his training montage.
Picking up a styrofoam boulder.
Where he picks up a styrofoam boulder. He shadow boxes a little bit. I think he does. Yeah, log squats. That's he's so skinny. I mean, he's tall, but he's a skinny guy, pretty slim.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any like sort of musculature on him.
No. Yeah, Cyclopses were like big, tall. I mean, yeah, he's tall, but he should have been in the mythology. I mean, they're giant.
They're giants.
Yeah. And
do you remember the movie Krull?
I never saw it. But
What? Oh, dude, it's awesome. Really, it's do yourself a favor and watch Krull. Holy shit, Liam Neeson's in it too. It's great. It's I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's his very first movie. Yeah, but it's badass fantasy. It's an awesome movie.
So I remember the movie, but I never watched it because I remember when it came out.
But there's a Cyclops character, and he's
People
like
ripped it apart. Saying it was shitty. It was a
oh
terrible
no,
movie.
it's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, there's a Cyclops character. He's like 7 feet tall, 8 feet tall. He's like he towers over everybody.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah. All right, so now we're getting our vignette on Witch Bitch. So she is like a Massachusetts style,
Salem witch.
Salem-esque witch.
And
Yeah,
it looks like she's living in like the 1600s. But then we have this little dwarf midget promoter who's like a manager
with an earring in, but he looks all dirty. He looks like he has fucking, I don't know, leprosy.
Yeah.
He's got like little like
Bumps
warts and bumps on his head, on his
scabs.
cheek.
Yeah, I don't. That's why it's like when I see this, I'm like, okay, they're back in like the 60s. What time period is this supposed to be? Because she's pulling like this old rickety wagon with like shovels and
People
stuff.
are spitting on her.
Yeah, it's like this dirty environment, and then here comes this midget in a suit and like a straw, like a hat, saying, "Hey, I am the greatest monster." And look at the rest of the town; they're all dressed like they're Amish or something like that. Like, when is this supposed to be?
That's the only thing they can possibly explain it off as is they are Amish. Or she's in an Amish community or a, some sort of community where it's old timey.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, I apologize for the crinkling of my wrapper.
Does he have fucking? Look, he's got like elf ears. I just now noticed that he's got elf ears.
But now she's boxing with like a townie, and like Esther trains to box a townie,
and she gets fucking mollywopped, and everyone in the crowd is like
leper.
disgusting.
Yeah, it's like they have leprosy or the plague or something. Like, where the hell is this supposed to be?
He's just beating the tar out of her.
He does have elf ears.
Yes.
I never noticed that either.
What the hell's going on?
What is he supposed to be?
Okay.
You know what they missed? I guess they didn't have the legal rights to do it, but would have been a great crossover. Get rid of Cyclops or get rid of Zombie or some fucking Leprechaun.
Yeah.
Warwick Davis as Leprechaun as the cross promoter. He could lose. I think he could come in, make an appearance, or maybe he could have been like the manager promoter guy.
He would have to be like a manager promoter.
Let Warwick Davis as Leprechaun come in.
Unless he was going to fight a gremlin or something.
Yeah. Or one of the elves from, elves.
Oh, elves. Okay, yeah, so they go to the tail of the tape also.
Yeah.
And yeah, they have a little...
Before each match, each monster has gives like a little promo.
Cuts a promo. And, I don't know, Cyclops
Why
is wearing
Hades next? Hades, what? Why is Hades next? Like, again, they're bringing Greek mythology into something in a world that shouldn't exist.
Yeah, so his attributes are mythical ancient warrior, expert blacksmith, skilled in gladiator, Spartan combat, laser beam blast.
Yes, so now they're combining the mythology Cyclops with X-Men Cyclops. like, what? The Cyclops has a blast optic lasers out of his eyes.
All right, so they have Witch Bitch. Now, I do like this. They have the manager speaking for her.
Yeah.
She looks pretty gross.
Yeah, she does look properly gross.
But she also looks like it could be just like a really good local haunted house kind of makeup job.
Yeah.
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 So Witch Bitch's attributes are nefarious necromancer, abysmal record in small town squabbles, former tag team member with Warlock, managed by troll trainer The Grub.
Yep, The Grub.
That's his name, The Grub.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, they talk about how there's Dave Foley announcer and the other announcer who's got a hat on. I guess he's like more JR-esque, if you will. He is a former competitor wrestler.
Yeah.
Sasquatch is his nickname, and I'm like, maybe he turns into Sasquatch. Maybe we'll see something cool here. But no.
Bigfoot would have been better.
Right. Yeah. But I do like these bitches.
Oh, the bikini bitches? The ring girls? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Especially the brunette.
The brunette one? Oh,
Yo.
my God.
Woo-wee.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. Brunette.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Too bad you could get they got her deep. They should have got like that Ariana girl from UFC that was so hot for a while.
Ariana Celeste. Yeah, she still does it.
She's still doing it?
She's still doing it.
Okay.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, my dog's getting all upset about something.
Yeah, it's 'cause he's a boy, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Mouth of the South has got his megaphone. I mean, he's announcing, the wrestlers coming out. So here comes Cyclops. He comes out of like a crypt with.
It comes out of a shack. Come on, it's not even a crypt. It's a wooden door.
You're right. I mean, I don't know what else to call it. I think it's supposed to be a crypt.
You would think so, but it's just a shack.
Yeah, weighing in at 134 pounds. And what did the Cyclops weigh?
Like 600 or 500.
280 pounds. 280.
That's a heavyweight.
That is such a heavyweight. Against 134 pounds. Yeah, seems fair.
Yeah, real fair.
Yeah, it's funny. She's looking back and forth like she's playing up to the crowd.
Yeah,
but
there's no crowd.
she's in a movie so weird. Oh yeah, here's the tail of tape. He's 3,000 to 30. Yeah, 280 pounds to 134.
6'2". The 5'10" one. Yeah. Also, he should be way taller than that for a Cyclops.
I hate how he's just shadow boxing the whole time.
Yeah.
You can tell this guy is not a wrestler.
Actually, no, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think he. I think the Mummy was the wrestler. Oh, the Mummy might be played by the same guy. I don't.
The Mummy's
remember.
played by both the werewolf he does the werewolf and the Mummy.
No, Werewolf was somebody else. Mummy.
Oh well, I don't know.
Yeah, I think Mummy and Swap Gut are the same guy.
Okay.
'Cause you're right. They do. The Mummy
So,
does play multiple parts.
Yeah, here's Herb Dean giving his MMA speech, which he says every time.
Touch gloves. You don't touch gloves in wrestling. You don't do it.
Well, this is Monster Brawl.
Oh yeah, I'm
Marshall.
sorry. It is Monster Brawl. I forgot.
Yeah. I'm waiting.
The bell rings. And here we go.
And I guess it's official now.
Yeah, they're circling each other, faking each other out, feeling it out.
Yeah, this.
Oh, a punch in the face from Witch Bitch sends him into the ropes with the Irish whip. Oh, but the flying clothesline takes Cyclops down.
And again, plays in the crowd. There's
no crowd. I know.
She holds on the ropes and goes, ah, but there's
Like I
no
said,
one there.
There's not even cameras to play to. Nothing makes sense here.
It really doesn't. Yep, Herb Dean's pulling her back, like, hey, don't kick him in the nuts.
Again, it's a death match.
Right.
There's no rules.
And I love that. He gets mad because she hits him in the balls, but Cyclops gets a hammer out and starts smashing her face to pieces with a goddamn hammer.
Yep. His blacksmithing hammer.
That goes.
And
that goes.
Herb Dean's like, well, okay. But as long as you don't kick him in the nuts.
So I love how this scene,
Grub comes in with a chair.
He's smashing her in the face with a fucking hammer over and over and over again. I'm like, oh my god. Her head would be fucking tapioca.
Yeah.
And then Grubhub comes in with a plastic chair.
It's not even steel.
And slaps him on the back with it, knocks him out.
And she pulls out a meat cleaver now. Pushes Grub out of the way for some reason. And slits Herb Dean's neck open with the meat cleaver, killing Herb Dean.
As he spills through the ropes onto the outside, spits out some mouth blood, and dies. And good for Herb. Get the fuck out of that movie. Yeah. And I'm glad they killed Herb, because you don't need a referee in this. No, that's stupid.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know if it was supposed to be a joke or shock factor, but okay, it is what it is. I'm glad they got rid of him as quickly as they did.
I agree as well.
Yeah, so here Cyclops is taking over the match, molly-whopping her in the corner.
Oh, a shoulder tackle to the gut in the turnbuckle. Again.
Yeah, it's
double-handed choke. Lifts her up onto the turnbuckle and drops her down.
Oh, yeah. And Lance Hendricks goes, excellent.
Yeah, he's basically, they're ripping off Mortal Kombat, too. He's basically now Shao Kahn in here, like, excellent.
And he'll do that throughout every match. And something's like, and he'll say something like, superlative.
Yeah.
Or something like
superlative.
He just some weird word.
Yeah.
Earth-shattering.
Outstanding.
Not even that, that makes too much sense.
Yeah. Yeah, she's going into double thumb eye gouge, just one eye. She's on top, got him in the mount. But he flips her off of him. And now he's powering up his laser eye beam for the eye blast.
And it doesn't look horrible.
No, it's not terrible.
Again, the effects as he's powering up don't look that bad.
No, we've seen way worse.
And kaboom.
Bam. Looks like Ghostbusters beams, though.
Yeah, it does.
They look like proton pack.
They're crossing
beams.
the streams.
Yeah, crossing the streams. Her face, again, should be melted or exploded, but somehow she's alive. Her face is just all burnt. and bloody. I do like this when she removes her hand, it gets all sticky.
Yeah,
it's like sticks to her. That's gross. That's a great makeup effect. And she down she goes. Witch bitch is dead.
Fatality.
I like that. Good job. Yeah.
Again, playing to the crowd, celebrating his victory, but there's nobody there except for the Grub. Doing the old Ultimate Warrior.
Okay, Grub is pissed.
Grub's pissed. What is he gonna do?
I do.
Bam! Uppercuts the Grub's head off, sends it flying out of the ring, rolling through the tombstones.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Why is he calling out Hades?
Why is he calling out Hades? I don't get it. Actually, I probably need to read my mythology, Greek mythology. It's probably something about how like Hades created the Cyclops, or it's like I don't know. I'm sure there's something to do in the mythology of that I don't remember. But again, as far as this movie goes, it makes zero fucking sense.
Yeah, no, there's no callback. There's no nothing. Yeah.
Because you never see him. It was a one match and done for the middleweight.
Yeah,
and he's trying to be a fucking heavyweight.
280 pounds.
I love how they've already buried her demon. Have a tombstone.
Have a tombstone for him.
They're just waiting for it. Like somebody had that pre-made.
Right. I hope he got to keep that.
That's his house somewhere.
Right. Like, hey, I was in this movie. Check out my headstone. All right. So now we get the vignette for
this
the
is
mummy.
Mummy's vignette.
And again, the vignettes look pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. They don't look bad.
No. It's just a lone box in a giant empty warehouse where a forklift operators picked him up, and it looks like he's getting ready to move him.
It's labeled
Alexandria, Egypt. Yeah.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Dude, his worker's helmet has tribal tats.
Yeah. Well, that's a Samoan hard hat.
Oh, I see. Moana, make way, make way. Sorry, I love that movie.
You're welcome.
So yeah,
Mummy busts out of his crate
as the guy has his back turned,
and he's got headphones on, of course. So I like how he's just in a crate. There's no like packaging material.
Right,
He's not in a sarcophagus. Somebody just literally boxed up a mummy, a corpse in a wooden box and shipped it.
I saw a great meme where it shows like
So Mummy comes up behind the guy, chokes him out with one hand, kills the forklift operator. He's dead.
Woohoo! But I saw a great meme. It says mummies are zombies, just in a higher socioeconomic status.
Yes, I saw that too. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, they really. Yeah, that's exactly what they are.
Yeah, and I was trying to read the scroll behind here. U.S. poll shows zombies now more popular than vampires. Yeah. Senator Todd Browning, Republican from Wyoming, to appeal drunken public airport arrest.
Jimmy Hart missing.
Yeah, they're just basically saying the mummy's on the loose, but he's not.
2 AWOL U.S. Reserve soldiers want a connection with missing Army truck. Well, that's foreshadowing of later. But that one I missed before, too. That's cool. Monster Sightings up 500% this month.
I do like breaking news. MILF alert. Mummy, I'd like to find.
I missed that, too.
It's so dumb.
It is really dumb. So now we get Lady Vampire.
This one was my favorite.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, they set the mood really well. The background, I mean, the scenery looks amazing. I'm sure it's just a green screen or whatever, but still, it works.
It works.
It looks really good.
Yeah, I agree. This was my favorite one too of all the.
So we have like a vampire hunter, and he's like, I'm getting ready to go in. I'm fucking, this might be my last time I get to talk, but I'm confident I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna, take out this vampire. Yeah, and it's got good music. It's got good atmosphere. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely makes this would make a much more interesting movie than what we get.
Yeah, he's walking up to the house. We see someone looking at him through a window. Yeah, and it's a gorgeous house, beautiful. It's like, gothic-y kind of
chateau.
Yeah, I'd say more like
villa,
a chateau-esque.
It's really nice.
Mm-hmm. He comes in and there's a
vampire lady on the stairs.
Yeah, and it's very dark, but there's still a little bit of twilight.
Yeah.
I'm Agent Lawrence Dunn. I need to ask you a few questions.
And she like cheers him and drinks some wine, which is obviously
wine glass of blood.
Is that blood you're drinking? It's like,
I don't look. I do not. I guess it's supposed to be lying, but I do not look like how they made her look like a Smurf.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of her
way too blue.
Vampire look either.
Because it's only in here because when we see her in the ring, she's got a normal skin complexion, but now she's like a fucking Smurf.
Yeah, she's like, I'm a fucking vampire. I'm immortal. Yeah. I'm doomed. He pulls out a gun because he's a vampire hunter, and he pulls out a gun.
Well, I don't think he's a vampire. He just said he was like the FBI or CIA. Or he's like he was an agent of something.
Shoots her point blank.
Yeah,
point blank in the chest. She goes flying back. It looks good.
It does look good.
The way she snaps back, and dude, she's got some thick arms.
She has got some big old arms.
Yeah.
She like I said, she was a wrestler. Yeah, she was buff.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she
kind of reminds me of like a. Kind of like Gina Carano, like that the buff arm, but still not like overly grossly big or anything like that. But you can tell it's very strong.
I like that look. I like a strong lady.
I have limits. I got limits.
Is that too much?
No.
I agree. I don't want like tone ripped. I don't mind a little bit of heft. She can help me lift up the couch easily. She can help me move furniture.
Yeah, when she's vacuuming, she can lift that furniture up easier. When she's doing the vacuuming, clean that house for you.
Oh, man. Sorry, honey.
I am not that sexist.
But I do like that.
Oh, that looks so pathetic. You looked away when she does her little shabby. She goes,
which is weird because she is the wrestler.
Yeah, she's an actual wrestler. She should have like real good punches. She's just like.
Yeah, so contagious, revenant, immortal, seductress, proficient, medieval knockouts, aversion to garlic, and the sun. Those are her attributes.
Yep, and here's the mummy. This is the best part of the movie to me.
Yeah.
Because his promo, he's not speaking, he's like, Arr! But so it's subtitled, but instead of words, it's in hieroglyphics.
That's pretty funny.
And that to me is the funniest thing in this whole movie. That I give him credit for. That's the best part, is that they put his promo in hieroglyphics.
All right, yeah, mummy, his attributes, and the undead conference. Former pharaoh, bandaged phantasm, chronic arthritis, vulnerable skeletal core. It's like more like weaknesses.
Yeah, there's none of those sounded good at all.
And the announcers do kind of dog on the mummy. It's like, this old bag of bones, what's he gonna do?
I will say, yeah, of all like the classic monster movies, the mummy was like always the least scary. Like, what the hell is this guy? He's like, I never really like. He's like the Aquaman of the Justice League. He was always just he's just there.
You think they're gonna try and do well? They kind of did a sexy spin on him with Brendan Fraser when he did the Mummy movies. Those were pretty good. Yeah. That was cool. That was like the coolest mummy. Honestly, I think that was the coolest incarnation of the mummy I've ever seen.
But again, it wasn't like he basically brought himself back to life and wasn't a mummy anymore.
But he still had like certain powers and stuff like that. He could make the sandstorm. It was cool.
Yeah,
it was like a much cooler looking or cooler powered mummy,
Yeah.
Yep. So he calls out the mummy.
He looks good. The mummy looks good. It's a good looking mummy. Most of the creature effects and makeup look pretty good, except for fucking Cyclops. Which I get. I mean, yeah.
It's a hard one.
Again, why have them then?
Yeah.
Why not just do something else that you could have pulled off better? And again, it's not like there's a plot. It's like Cyclops is integral to the plot. We have to have Cyclops because you never see him again. He had one match. He's gone. So you could have brought, like I said, had a creature from Black Lagoon. You could have had. You could have had the Hunchback in order, or Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type. That could have been cool. A guy comes out, takes things, and he transforms into. That would have been cool. He would have been a good middleweight. Something like that would have been so much cooler and fit in better with, this group.
They have him at 6'3", 137 pounds because he's all skeletal.
Just bandages.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's got some arms on her.
I like what, Kelly Couture?
Yeah, this is wait, I think it's Kelly Couture.
Yeah, I'm a
Kelly
fan.
Couture. Yeah.
Yeah, right when I saw him lock up and she's,
You can
doing
tell
the big
she had
thing.
wrestling.
Yeah.
Her
Oh,
kicks
yeah.
and punches are solid.
Yeah.
You can tell she's
She's
trained
good.
it.
Yeah, and she's pretty good.
Well, she was number 40 on the top 50.
Top 50
women's-
of all time. Yeah.
Well, just for 2008.
Okay.
Yeah, Mummy was also a wrestler. Bam! Look at them forearms.
Yeah.
Big forearm to the head.
Yeah, she's not throwing punches. She's throwing
and the
forearms.
drop kick sends the Mummy to the canvas.
Why is she dirty?
I don't know. Is it beating on the Mummy, all the dust and dirt off the Mummy? I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, he throws the dust in her eyes, the sand in her eyes. What a heel move.
I do think that's pretty funny.
He literally is the dirtiest player in the game. He is filthy.
So, yeah, he puts her into a sleeper hold, and I'm thinking to myself, how would this affect a vampire?
Vampire, yeah.
With a sleeper hold, basically you're cutting off circulation to the brain to render the person unconscious. How is that going to work with a vampire?
I don't know, but
I guess we've already talked about how vampire lore is so fucking all over the place. Is there circulation still, but it's moving at a snail's pace, that kind of thing.
So Mummy gets out of the ring after putting her to sleep and goes and gets a wooden stake for the vampire.
Which I did like.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. At least we're sticking with the classics.
Classic here, yeah. I guess that's another reason why I didn't like the weight class, because I wanted to see more of Lady Vampire.
Me too.
I really wanted to see more of her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're thinking of monster brawl, like a winner take all, you would think the vampire would be the is like the king of monsters. But here she has one match and is gone.
He's going down for the stake. She catches it.
Playing possum, kicks him up. Into the turnbuckle he goes. Oh, running elbow to the head.
Oh, coming in for the bulldog.
And then the bulldog, smashes that skull onto the mat with the running bulldog.
Pretty good looking bulldog,
Great
too.
bulldog.
Yeah.
Good form.
Dude, Dave Foley's like, I'm here for a paycheck.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of it taking him longer than a day or two to do this.
Yeah. I can't imagine either.
So the mummy gets some charm
His
off,
amulet,
and I guess it shoots a sunbeam.
Yeah, a sun. Well, I guess Arrow's the sun god.
Sure,
Ra,
sure.
And all that's right.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Burning her face, burning her hands. Face is burnt. Oh, she goes running, but he ducks. She moves out of the way, and Mummy goes out of the ring.
I thought for a second she was going to slingshot herself out of the ring.
I was hoping
like,
for that
please,
too.
God, dude.
That would have been awesome.
No.
Nope, we just got some outside the ring action here.
Oh, this is pretty good though.
She picks up a tombstone. I wish it was Herb Dean.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. And smashes it over Mummy's head and back.
It breaks in half. Just smashes him. That must weigh 200 pounds, Sid. It is that is pretty good. This one is my favorite match.
Yeah. It probably, yeah. It just because of Vampire, she's so good. Oh, she punches through his dirty vulnerable chest and rips out his blackened heart, which for some reason still has like black blood or bile on it. But whatever.
Sure.
It's a mummy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead.
Fatality.
Thanks, Lance Hendricks.
You're Yeah, Lady Vampire is the best, and she should have been in this way more.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a disappointment.
Yeah. I like the fact they went with a female vampire, not just like Dracula.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Again, kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
I'm not upset by it or anything, but I agree with you. I like
cool
Lady
they
Vampire quite a bit. I want to see more of her. But
well, they could have spent, equal up and just called her Vampire.
Right.
Why do you have to be Lady Vampire?
that's a good point.
Just Vampire. All right, now we get, I think, was this Wolfman's backstory?
Yeah, this one I don't like.
Super cliche. Well, this is my cue to go get a beer.
So I guess I'm going to try and keep this one rolling.
You get a beer.
But basically it's a story where he's like, oh, I have my pregnant wife. We were out camping in the middle of fucking nowhere, and I was out, taking a piss or something, and a werewolf came by and killed her. Oh no! So now he's hunting down the werewolf, and of course, during the hunting process, he becomes infected and becomes the werewolf. It's a story as old as the werewolf itself. It's poorly acted. But I think there's a training montage in this one, isn't there? Yeah. All of a sudden he studies up to become he lives out in a trailer, does sprints and pull-ups and push-ups and splits wood. He does like basically a Rocky montage as training to go hunt the werewolf.
Yep.
Why don't you use a gun that's, like younger than you? Why do you have a gun from the Civil War era?
It looks like
it's like a
musket.
long gun.
He's got a musket.
Yeah.
He's got to fill that thing with powder, shove it down
Look
there.
at that thing. Why would you have that gun?
Get out his rounded bullet. Again, what time period is this taking place?
Well, they showed him camping. She's wearing like a Radical t-shirt with sunglasses, and they got like 10. This is modern times. This is modern times. He shoots him with his fucking 2 shots. That's all you got. You're gun.
He's got to reload now. He's got to take a knee while the line behind him starts
Right.
firing while he's reloading.
Yeah, so you saw he killed the werewolf, but he was bit, so he now carries the curse. Yeah, this is probably my least favorite one.
Yeah. It's just so cliche.
It's not bad, but it's just...
Yeah, I mean, it's not... It's just, we've seen it 1,000 times before. And again, to call this guy a heavyweight, he's like Brian Kidman size or something. Like, he's in
Billy
shape.
Kidman?
Billy Kidman, yeah, thank you. He's in shape, but like, he's not big.
This one was kind of funny.
This one's not bad. Swamp Guts is because they do it like a Discovery Channel, National Geographic documentary type thing.
Yeah, it's called Grizzly Planet.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how there's only 10 or so swamp guts
left in the wild.
All due to their habitat being destroyed. And again, great scene. Like, look, it's out in a fucking dirty ass swamp somewhere. It's well shot.
It's supposed to be Louisiana. They do say the Mississippi Bayou of Louisiana.
Yeah, and it looks gross.
Yeah.
It's good looking for the most part. A pretty good looking swamp
But
thing.
until you see like his actual gut, which you sell is just so fat.
It's
just,
a fat suit.
It's just padding.
Yeah.
It doesn't move properly. But overall, yeah, I mean, it's not terrible.
Yeah. He's carrying around a bloody skeleton.
Yeah.
It's like his buddy. It's this bloody skeleton. Yeah, and basically you see that the swamp gut
He's picking all these beer cans.
picking up beer cans, keep giving a hoot, not polluting. Why? And every once in a while there's some lone fisherman who's some dumbass, and of course it's always like some hillbilly.
Yeah.
And you hook
You hooked Swamp Gut.
Oh yeah, and they talk about his deadly slime attack where
he spits green goo like the Great Muda.
Yeah,
Or a friend of the show, or friend, I should not friend of the show, you can't handle her, but local wrestling legend, Mischief.
Yes, that's right.
Spit the green mist.
Yeah, spit. So Swamp Guy can spit the green mist, rendering the human paralyzed.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah. Or for a short time, get paralyzed, so it gives him a chance to kill him.
Yeah. That's a good shot right there. Just like hovering above in the water like an alligator, kind of. And now we get the old like Friday the 13th shot here. Pops out of the water, grabs somebody off the canoe,
Pulls the guy to his watery
in
grave.
slow motion. This one, it's good, but it's long.
Yeah,
Like this might be like the longest. Of
I agree. It's well shot though.
It is shot. It's good, but that's definitely the longest of the backstory.
Yeah. So this is where it goes into quote-unquote tournament style.
Yeah.
All right, so we have our first matchup, which is Werewolf versus Swamp Gut. And in the entire time in this movie, in the bottom right-hand corner, in case you didn't know what you were watching, there's a little stamp for Monster Brawl.
Yeah, it's like when you watch. It's like you're watching WWE, and there's like the WWE logo on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Like the old WCW days, or when they had that. It's like we get it. So Wolfman's giving his promo, and he's pretty decent for a werewolf. I've seen worse werewolf outfits.
Yeah.
But man, I'll tell you, you know what? Why? He's a werewolf, but you know what? If you just take care of that hair, it might not be so bad. In which case, to help with that, all you gotta do is go to manscaped.com.
I knew it was coming.
To get yourself a lawnmower 4.0 to trim off all that fucking hair, and you'd be good to go. It's got the nick-proof technology. Cut back on your nicks. It's waterproof. It's got the light on, so you can shave it in the dark in those dark, shadowy places where werewolves like to hide.
Yeah.
Shave it right off. You're good to go. And if you're for the more tight areas, you can get the weed whacker.
Yeah.
Can you out the ears?
Because I'm sure those ears and nose and all kinds of the holes are all kinds of
all sorts
furry.
of hair.
Yeah.
So you go there, werewolves, go there, get your lawnmower 4.0, get your weed whacker, and then when you get all that hair done, or if you're going to keep the hair, at least keep the hair clean.
Yes, keep it
smelling
nice.
Good. Get yourself the performance package and get yourself the shampoo, the deodorant, the 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner. Get that luscious hair and mane looking good, smelling good.
And where do you get that at, Marshall?
You get that at manscaped.com, and you use promo code MOONGOON. That's promo code MOONGOON to get 20% off your entire order and free shipping. There we go.
Boom. Second promo landed.
Done.
Perfect timing, too.
I was trying to think where everybody's going to do this. Like, oh, wait, werewolf.
Obviously the werewolf. I mean, I knew we were going to do it. I didn't know if it was going to be this matchup or the second one. But during the promo, they were talking like some of the attributes that Wolfman had. One is moonshine rage or something. And for the Swamp Gut's morbidly obese.
Again, more of kind of a detriment than strength, but
I don't know if you could use your
Wolfman's forehead looks like he's been like an old 80s wrestler. It looks like scar tissue on his forehead.
Like what's his name? Allah the Butcher?
Abdullah
the Butcher. Why am I freaking?
And Devon Dudley.
Yeah, Dusty Rhodes had it real bad.
Dusty Rhodes had the forehead scars. Yeah.
Like, I get blading, but dude, just try and be a little more thoughtful about where you're putting it.
Yeah, I mean, look at Ric Flair. He bladed a lot in those days, and he
it's
did.
not. You can if you get close, you can see some. There's some interviews where like, ooh,
but nowhere near as bad like Dusty and Devon. And
so here's the matchup. Tail of the tape. Swamp Gut is 6 foot 438 pounds, whereas Werewolf is 6'1", 225.
225 is heavy, but Cyclops 280 is a middleweight. Where's the logic? What is happening?
Where's the logic in Monster Brawl?
Exactly. Where are the standards? I want shenanigans. Which bitch has a case to be like, no, he is fighting out of his weight class. This is not happening.
I need a raise. I need more money in my contract.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hope she got a good
I'm
deal.
Fighting, like 3 weight classes up, I better be getting paid.
In pro wrestling, they have like cruiserweight and heavyweight, right?
Basically now, yeah.
Did they ever have any like super heavyweight or anything else like that? They never had.
You basically had
2 weight classes.
You had your women's division, which never had a weight. They never had a split. Then you had cruiserweight, and then everybody else.
Right. And I always liked the cruiserweights, but
now at least in modern day, I don't know, maybe back in like the 50s or 60s, when there was certain kayfabe was big, maybe they had.
I don't
more,
think so.
But
I think
I've
it was
never
just like,
heard of like.
Yeah.
And even cruiserweight at that time wasn't a thing. They didn't make cruiserweight a thing until like really.
If
WCW.
I remember correctly, cruiserweight was really big in WCW.
Yeah,
they
and
were
that's
really
where
big
it came from. Like, I'm trying to think like WWE.
They had light heavyweight. They had light heavyweight in WWE to help compete with cruiserweight, because the cruiserweights were fucking popular.
That doesn't come up to like 90s.
Right.
I'm talking like 1980s.
I think S.A. Rios was one of the first light heavyweight champions.
But I'm thinking like 1985, 88 WWF.
Right.
At the time.
Right.
They didn't have a cruiserweight.
Nope.
It was just intercontinental and heavyweight champion. Like that was it, and then tag team. That was it, and then maybe a women's belt. So yeah, they don't really weight divisions. Like cruiserweights weren't a thing till like the 90s.
Yeah, and
even now they're barely even think. Like, they came back for a little while, and then they kind of like technically I think 205 is still around on WWE, but which was just all 205 weight class, 205.
Okay, because I was about to say, what was the weight class? Where was the cutoff?
205.
Because I thought at one point it was 225.
I think they lowered it.
I'm sure makes sense.
The Matt Hardy clause. I don't know.
I forgot what that was. Yeah, he kept trying to he's like, I'm a cruiserweight. He's obviously getting bigger and bigger.
So yeah, and I'm not sure if 205 is even still around, but if they have the cruiserweights, but it's basically just all one weight class now.
By the way, there's a wrestling match going on.
There is a wrestling
between the werewolf and Swamp Gut.
Yeah.
Where werewolf just landed a big belly blast to Swamp Gut, and Swamp Gut goes down. Yeah, there's not much to this.
It's not.
It's a hard movie, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was really hesitant because I know if people have asked us to do this movie in the past, and I watch. I'm like, how do we do this?
I do like this one. This is a great. There's a hand sticking out of his stomach. So I do like he gets up on the top rope. The full moon is behind him, and he goes in for the
big belly splash,
5-star werewolf splash,
and it explodes Swamp Gut's gut
all over.
Him. I'm sorry they missed an opportunity there because so first off, Swamp Gut, I think he's dead.
Yeah, he's gone.
Is he dead? Yeah, there he is.
Fatality.
They totally missed the opportunity. He should have done a moonsault.
Ah!
Hello? How do you miss that?
That's funny. I missed it. Yeah, so here we have more Dave Foley just kind of phoning it in, you know.
And now we get Zombie Man's background.
I did like it's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because that's where George Romero's from. That's where they first filmed. I do like that. Keep paying a little homage to,
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
And here's big, sexy Kevin Nash.
This is where Kevin Nash comes in, and holy shit, give that guy some goddamn deodorant from Manscaped.
Yeah.
Because he needs it. He's sweating balls to his
Pit
holes.
stains are huge.
Pit stains are out of control.
Yeah.
I am a guy who knows about pit stains, bro.
Somebody needs, send Kevin Nash some of that brand new premium Manscaped deodorant from manscaped.com.
Because he needs it.
He does.
So I love how they're like military guys, and his hair is super long.
Yeah, it wouldn't be military. It's super long, and the goatee with the beard and the goatee. Nope, or mustache, beard, chin
Now,
strap.
what about
little guy here?
Yeah.
Little guy? Nope.
Nope. Yeah.
The hair. He's got the 5
Frosted tips.
Frosted tips. The hair shaggy over the ears. Nope, none of them would be allowed to have that. Even though the news report said they were, I guess, reservists. So,
or they were also missing or on the run or something like that.
Yeah, but they were Army reservists. They weren't even active duty, which makes this even weirder. Like, why would they have clearance? Why would the Army Reserves have a fucking zombie locked up? It might make more sense if they're active duty.
They're Canadian.
Okay, Canadian Army, but it's in Pennsylvania.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
So, but even if they were reservists, you can grow your hair, but you have to have it within standards when you report into your duty.
Yeah.
time.
So Kevin Nash is talking with his private or his little henchman, just saying, hey, we're doing the right thing, because the lieutenant's like, hey man, are we doing the right thing? We're keeping this zombie. We're feeding him people. He's like, hey, we're gonna get a medal. We're gonna make. Basically, he's kind of going an umbrella route. We're gonna make bioweapons.
Exactly. He's going full umbrella here.
And he goes, go feed him or go unchain him so we can get him. And he holds a gun right to his head. And he's holding it so weird.
It's such an awkward way of holding it. Yeah. It's like, Kevin Nash, have you never held a gun before? Because that's so weird.
I mean, I guess, but
I will say, man, he's still keeping pretty muscular.
Oh yeah,
man. He's huge.
Did you see him?
Good.
I mean, I'm sure you didn't see the Magic Mike movies.
No.
Okay, but he's one of the strippers in Magic Mike. He's looking great.
He's a stripper in Magic
yes,
Mike?
and he looks fantastic. He looks great.
I actually won't lie. I've been wanting to see the first Magic Mike just because I hear you see Olivia Munn naked in that one.
I don't know who that is.
Hot Asian chick.
Okay.
Yeah, she was on. She was host of Attack of the Show for a while, and she was, Psylocke in X-Men Apocalypse. She was
Oh,
Psylocke.
okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Okay.
now we're on to Frankenstein's backstory.
Yeah, and this one again, I liked.
Which is weird. I mean, it's not bad, but it's weird they call him like Dr. Igoria, like Igor.
Like Igor,
but
yeah.
why not just have him Dr. Frankenstein?
Yeah, because
Why
they
change the name? I don't get it.
There is a little blurb that they say during their matchup, and we're going to talk over it because it's so fast. And if you're not paying
You
attention,
mean during
listen.
his entrance?
Yeah, I think it's during his entrance. Yeah,
Because they do say it's Frankenstein. Like, technically, it's Frankenstein's monster. If you want to be a dick about it.
Exactly. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because it's
Which again, then it's not. It would be Igoria's monster. This guy's name should be Igoria, not Frankenstein. Then doesn't make any sense. Why did they change Dr. Frankenstein's name?
quit being a dick about it, Marshall. And that's exactly what they want to get past. Is just people like you.
But I'm not doing that. I'm not saying, oh, it's Frankenstein's monster. It should be Igoria's monster. then.
But here's the setup. I mean, he's hooking him up. It's a different spin on it. You know, he's still trying to regenerate dead flesh, and you know, it doesn't have the classic background, but it still works. I still like it.
Yeah.
You know, the lab still is cool. It's all piecemeal together. He's in more of an electric. He's in a chair, like an electric chair.
Yeah, like an electric chair.
And he's just giving him actual just jolts of electricity instead of a lightning bolt. But I like it. I think it works. And dude, the dude who plays Frankenstein, great job.
And what color is that lightning on?
I'm not saying shit. Tacky bitch.
I go back and forth on this. Like sometimes I like Frankenstein's makeup on this. He looks good, but other times like he looks like an old grandpa. Like his hair's all shaggy and white.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Like everything else about it, I like. I don't like the hair decision. I think that the hair is what bothers me the most.
I don't. Yeah, I mean,
Everything else looks fine. The skin complexion, the scars, the makeup. I just don't like the fact they gave him like this weird wispy white hair that makes him look like a grandpa.
I don't hate it. You know, I mean, it's no big deal. I mean, do you want a young, fashionable?
No, but I'm saying
Frankenstein?
like it could have been like the old like just black hair or I don't know. It's just weird. Like it's just different. It's a different take. Overall, like I said, I kind of like the appearance of the Frankenstein in this. It just every now and then that there's something about the hair that kind of bothers me, or that's I keep going back and forth.
So
on.
yeah, he calls him father after he gets shocked awake,
Yeah.
and they show the doctor helping him through the hallways. You know, kind of like taking him under his wing. And so that's an interesting take.
Yeah.
You know, but I liked it. You know, I liked it. Zombie Man.
But why not just zombie? Why zombie man? I guess it's that sex. Like, it's just like lady vampire. Why we gotta identify it, man? Why is it this zombie?
Gender's
vampire?
fluid, bro.
It's also kind of a weird logo for Frankenstein, like a stitched up
Buzzsaw.
circular saw, like it's all stitched together.
So here's my question. You have this father-son relationship between Dr. Frank... I'm calling him
Agoria.
fucking... Whatever. Dr. Agoria and Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's trying to bring him... Why would you enter him into a monster brawl?
Exactly.
You're supposed to care for him.
Yeah, I don't get this either. Was he made just for the brawl? Why was he made at all?
If so, what a dick.
Exactly. I'm making you just so you compete in this death tournament.
So his attributes, Frankenstein's, are chokehold specialist, ogre battle tactics, zombie half-breed, Agoria interference. So,
Yeah.
because Agoria is there as his manager.
Yep. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, he breaks it down pretty good. He goes, he's a zombie too, figuratively, but he's, stitched together from other bodies, and he doesn't have a desire for human flesh. I'm
He's
like,
a bigger zombie.
it's like, dude, you broke it down pretty good.
I will say Kevin Nash, he goes right back into wrestling. promo
totally,
mode here. He
totally.
does nail the promo.
I gotta say, the zombie looks like shit.
He does look like shit. He looks like a Down syndrome zombie.
No, it's... Why do you always, every episode bring up someone with Down syndrome?
I do not every
Every
episode.
goddamn episode.
I do not bring him up every
Jesus
episode.
Christ, get some new material. Anyway.
All right, Twin Peaks.
Hey, I just tuckle it in there. And it's not a controversial goddamn statement either, you fuck.
I didn't say he was
Jesus.
retarded. I said he was...
There, yeah. You suck. Zombie Man, Army trained grappler, indestructible, Department of Defense, Colonel Corruption. I guess that's Kevin Nash. And Head Cheese Aficionado.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird one.
You know what head cheese is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For those of you who don't know what head cheese is, it's basically like a processed brain mash.
Yeah.
Like an animal brain mash into like a spreadable concoction they call head cheese.
So appetizing. So delicious.
I don't think I've had it before.
You can get it from your local butcher shop.
Yeah, I know you can still get it someplace. I've had I did have the brain sandwich.
Oh yeah.
At the Hi-Ho when the Hi-Ho was still open. It was so they have this container.
Such a weird thing for that little diner. Like,
that was like
its
thing. Yeah, it's like the one weird, like they had like liver and onions, which is kind of like it's kind of like ew, gross.
Yeah.
But they had
liver and onions is gross, but brain sandwich.
But the big one was brain. And so they take out a brain and they have it into slices, and it's like a patty, like it's sliced.
Yeah.
Then they deep fry it and they serve it. And I finished about half of it, and I'm like, and it wasn't so much that I was eating brain; it's just that it's just like so deep fried and gross. All right, here comes sweaty Kevin Nash. And Zombie Man is eating a foot on the way to the ring.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like he has a mask, almost like a mankind mask over his face because his nose looks normal, but he has like flesh.
Yeah, it's a weird.
It's like a flesh mask on top of flesh, kind of.
Yeah.
It looks really ridiculous. All right, tail of the tape. Frankenstein, 8 feet tall, 454 pounds, whereas Zombie Man is 57 years old, 6'2", 312.
Also, as a Frankenstein has a record of 113-0-0. Where else is he fighting? Who else has he fought 113 times?
Where does dude? They showed Cyclops.
Yeah,
his was
right.
like in the thousands.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I just noticed the bell, the hammer to ring the bell is like a femur bone.
Is it?
Yeah,
I missed that. I didn't
just
see it.
now noticed that.
Oh, big clothesline by Frankenstein taking Zombie Man down.
Yeah, he is gigantic.
Kurgan, basically.
Yeah.
Looks so confused. Kind of like he did in WWE. Just didn't know what the hell he was doing. There's Van Zandt. Exceptional.
Exceptional.
It's just an elbow drop, dude. It's one of the most basic moves in the world. It's not exceptional. He's a basic bitch.
Yeah. But, if you're a big man, you don't have to do much else.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash has made a career off of what? The elbow in the corner, the big boot, the shoulder block in the corner, the sidewalk slam. That's like his one move where he lifts someone up.
Yeah. That's right.
And his finisher is the power bomb. And that's all I can moves I can think of.
That's basically your big man 5 moves of doom.
Yeah.
John Cena had his 5. That's the big man 5.
And he would his punches would be like, and be like, I punch him real hard. And yeah, I'm sure his punch hurts more than the average Joe, but come on, man, that's boring to watch.
Yeah. Kind of like this match. Kind of like this movie. Oh, the double ear slap. Box in the ears.
Now, I honestly thought this movie would have more
Gore, more blood, more
fun.
Yeah. They're fucking monsters. They should be going over the top with this. I 100% agree. So Zombie Man just takes a bite out of Frankenstein's arm.
Which looked good. Which looked pretty good. Tore the flesh off.
Zombie Man looks like Aaron trying to climb the top rope on his monkey flip. Needed a little help there with Kevin Nash to get up there. But,
God damn it.
Gives him a flying shoulder tackle. Frankenstein still don't go off his feet.
Still pulled it off. I didn't fall.
You did pull it off.
All right, Zombie Man goes to the breadbasket on Frankenstein. Yeah,
Goria's getting the ring now.
You think Kevin Nash should be the first one into the ring?
Yeah. Oh, he opens up his
and he has a fucking wrench.
What is? I don't even know what
it's
it
a
is.
wrench.
Is it a wrench?
It's a giant
It is
wrench.
a big wrench. Hits Zombie Man with the wrench. Now Kevin Nash comes in with a fucking hatchet.
Why?
An axe.
He's a fucking army dude. Have a gun.
He's an army colonel. Yeah. Exactly. He takes an axe, or at least and kills Gory in the back with the axe.
Buries the axe into his back.
Yeah, at least it should be like a combat knife, or maybe like the utility shovel, utility tool. Something other than an axe doesn't make any sense. It's not even a full-on fire axe. It was like a hatchet.
And we have like a touching moment between Frankenstein and Dr. Igor. And Frankenstein now is hulking out. He's been powered up by this. He's more pissed than ever.
He's having his Hulk out moment.
And it's like to show the impact, they're shaking the camera all over with every blow that he throws.
Yeah.
And it's like,
flying.
it's very convenient to be not live. And it's like, cut, showing all these devastating punches.
Out of the ring, zombie goes. Frankenstein goes after him.
Oh, this is pretty good. It's not this exact scene. Doing the lift up choke, but
the double.
Oh, big slam, and this is my faves.
Finish him.
Here we go,
and
the boot stomp to the head.
Just smashes his head. That looked pretty good.
Yeah,
that looked pretty good.
Yeah, the head smash underneath the boot was pretty good.
Yeah, that was really good.
Thanks, Lance Henderson.
Yeah,
head stomp.
No shit. Dude, he's just in like some sound booth in LA or something like that. He's like just reading all his lines. He's like, it's a paycheck.
Fine, no context, just say these words, Lance. Okay.
Just a living. You just say these buzzwords, read this small script, use your cool voice. Oh yeah,
Zombie Man dies. So Zombie Man dies, and apparently on his death, for some reason, it causes all these other zombies in the cemetery to rise up out of the graves once Zombie Man. And apparently, he was the one thing holding the zombie horde back. Again, this makes zero fucking sense.
If they try to explain it away, it's like this ground's cursed. Yeah, but like that's the curse. If Zombie Man loses, then other zombies are released. That's a very particular, bizarre,
specific curse.
Yeah. So everyone makes a run for it, and this is just to kill time,
I was like, what?
To pad the script a little bit.
So the zombies start going after Frankenstein. He's just like, whatever, get out of my way.
He literally just shoves them aside. They're shambling after him, and God, he's just slowly walking back, and they're slowly following him.
Yep, back to his. And he turns around and growls, and it scares the zombies. So apparently, zombies now know fear. Like what? Zombies don't know fear.
So he scares the zombies away with the growl, and they go just meandering about.
Back to the locker room.
Just walking around. Kevin Nash is like, I got this.
Pulls out his gun.
There's his gun.
Still holding it.
Holds
so
it all
weird.
Really weird.
Starts shooting zombies.
It's like he doesn't know a headshot.
Yeah.
He's the manager of a zombie. He should know a headshot.
Exactly.
He should know it takes a headshot.
But he gets overwhelmed by two zombies and bitten. And at this point, another zombie comes up into the announcing booth, bites Sasquatch.
And this is the part I like. Dave Foley's like, oh no, he's about to hit him with a beer. Finishes it first, then hits him with the beer. That's the part I thought was funny.
That was the part you thought was funny.
That's the part I kind of laughed out loud at.
Sasquatch pulls out a gun because, of course, he has a gun. Why not?
Fucking old-timey Western six-shooter.
Yeah. I guess he's supposed to be from Texas, given the Western tie and the cowboy hat.
The bolo tie,
yeah. Foley just goes back to drinking. Again, still not drunk. Like, they really should have played that up like he's getting drunker as this thing goes on. And they another missed opportunity.
This Canadian knows how to hold his liquor.
So now the zombies are tearing into Dr. Agoria.
It doesn't look bad, you know?
It doesn't look, it looks pretty decent. I'll see. Kevin Nash is
getting chewed on. Each forearm is getting chewed on.
Yep.
He looks pretty uncomfortable.
And here comes Graveyard Keeper. Actually, that's not even him. Who is that?
It's
not him.
It's not him. You're totally right. It's like a different actor.
It's a different, totally.
But he's wearing like the same stuff. No, Kevin Nash. Why? Because he didn't shoot him in the head. This scene goes on so long.
Yeah, this is such a waste. Like, I don't understand this.
You could have had a whole other match.
Explosion there, though.
Yeah.
Oh, now we get the Monster Brawl logo, and like.
Jesus Christ.
My God.
Again, there's trying to be humor. I don't know where the humor is.
I don't know. But here's our main event of the evening.
Thank God.
Frankenstein versus Werewolf. The brawl to end it all. The showdown of the... Shit, I didn't have anything else. I was trying to think of some more minds. I shouldn't have gone with showdown.
I have murdered the lovely and the hopeless. Woo, dude, that's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's doesn't make me want to cheer for you.
I noticed Wolfman changed his shirt to a very brightly colored one this time.
No, I think that's the same one.
No,
I think
he was wearing red and black plaid last time.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What? Just an
No, it wasn't. It was the same goddamn thing. It's just kind of a yellow.
We are gonna rewind this goddamn movie, and I'm gonna show you.
They wouldn't change his shirt. That doesn't make any sense.
All right, folks, pause your movie.
No,
we are
Jesus,
rewinding
we'll
this.
do it afterwards. I'm telling you, it's the same shirt. It does have a yellow tint to it, probably because of bad lighting.
I tell you, it's a different shirt.
No,
different
it's not.
shirt.
No way. No,
I would make.
No
I would
way.
agree with you. It doesn't make sense for him to change shirts, but that's a different shirt.
And even if it is, doesn't matter.
No, I wasn't gonna make a big deal of it. I just noticed, like, oh, he changed shirts. I wasn't gonna go a big thing until you start getting all uppity about it.
I know you'll call it this weird shit all the time. There is a big height discrepancy here.
It's like Big Show versus Rey Mysterio.
Sid's looking worse. He's starting to get like circles around his eyes. His face is getting a little red. You know, he's looking worse for wear.
Yep.
Coughing. Yeah, they didn't do another.
I'm glad they're doing another
attribute, but they're
still
kind of doing it. But they're just
Kinda doing
showing. But they're not adding any more fun stuff.
It's just.
It's the same thing over again. I do love Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, Jimmy Hart's fine.
He's the best thing about this whole movie.
Yeah. And it's just Jimmy Hart being Jimmy Hart, too.
Yeah.
It's not like he's doing anything. Damn, those are nice titties.
Tell me about it,
God
bro.
damn.
Good Lord. And it's like little underboob popping out there, too. It's like that bikini's too small for you, and I appreciate that. And I do like how she's just making love to the camera. Anytime she's looking right at it, like, yeah, let's do it. It's like, you got it. Okay, again, out comes Frankenstein. We just saw him.
Same thing. Comes out from his wooden shed.
Grunts a little bit.
Stands there and slow ass walk to the ring. Do we really need to see him walk to the ring again?
Yeah, we just
where
saw
are
him.
the zombies, by the way? There's no zombie bodies laying on the ground. Like, where'd they all go?
Yeah, that's a good question.
They're just gone, like they never happened.
Like, one got killed by Sid. A couple got killed by Kevin Nash. Oh,
no, Kevin Nash didn't kill anybody.
It was the
new groundskeeper.
The Green's groundskeeper.
He shot one, but where are their bodies?
They did show like the Monster Brawl logos. Maybe it was cleanup time. Yeah, they cleaned everything up. They kind of tightened the ropes a little bit too. You know, make sure they swept out the ring of any debris or body parts.
I noticed none of these guys wiped their feet before getting into the ring.
And I noticed there's no blood in the ring.
Exactly, or green guts from Swamp Gut.
Right.
Where'd all that go?
Like that happens in like pro wrestling matches. It's like, you know, someone bloods or bleeds or something, you know, that stays there, you know. Yeah.
Like, we had a man get eaten. He got eaten in the middle of the ring. There's zero blood on the apron.
No blood.
There's no blood on that apron.
That's a great point. All right, come on here. Oh. I'm like, okay, run to the ring. Thank God. Oh, they show it in slow motion. They slow it down for me. Great. This is the worst.
Yeah.
And, dude, I was watching this last night, and I'm, like, hanging on by a thread. I'm like, my wife's gone to sleep. I've had, like, 4 beers. I'm just, like, on the couch. You know, my heater's cut into, like, you know, conserve mode, so it's a little chillier. And I'm just like, Oh God. And I'm falling. I'm doing this the whole time, and I'm wide awake, sitting up, talking into a microphone with my buddy, and I'm still starting to get that like.
I know. Part of me is like, I don't want to finish this. I just want to turn this off, have a beer, and like leave.
Because it's just it's dramatic stare down, and it just goes on for so long.
Yeah.
Finally, looks like they're wrestling. It looks like they're wrestling. I mean, I don't know if you really call it that. Okay. Big boot.
I think Lance Henderson said something there. I don't know.
Bootylicious.
I wish he said bootylicious.
Okay.
Where it was kind of overselling there, but oversell. Come on, guy.
That is kind of funny. Somebody better call it Humane Society.
Oh.
Not bad. Not bad. But yeah, you hear Sid, the announcer, just getting worse and worse and worse as he's talking. Yeah, and it just this it's just so slow. And it's hard to have that capture that energy of like of an actual match when it's filmed.
Yeah.
You know, when it just doesn't work very well. I mean, I know it's Monster Brawl, but werewolf looking spry.
Yep, back on his feet.
Drop toe hold.
Drop toe hold, but nope. Frankenstein's too big.
Whoa.
Oh, and down goes Frankenstein.
I do like the ridiculous look on his face.
Kick to the back of the hamstring.
He's working that leg.
Work the leg. He's working the left too. Proper.
Yeah.
Going for that figure four. Goes for gets it locked in. Gets the figure four lock. Frankenstein's in trouble. Can he get to the ropes? Can he break the hold? Can he reverse it? What is Frankenstein gonna do?
Who's gonna break the hold? If he does reach the rope, Herb Dean's dead.
Yeah, there's no 5 count.
Now he's got like green, it's like stains on his shirt. Now I'm obsessed with his fucking shirt. It almost looks like he's brushing dirt off his leg, then trying to like get blood flow back. All right, they're both staggeringly
Actually, they missed an
slow.
opportunity. They should have had they could have done something if they were gonna go over the top fun, have something like his knee leg comes off and he has to reattach it or
pulls
something.
It back on somehow, fastens it back on, like it snaps back in.
Yeah, something. I mean,
like a bolted. Exactly.
It's fucking Frankenstein. He's pieced together, but they just. For a movie that should be over the top fun, it's fucking Monster Brawl. They took this almost too serious and too legit. If you mean what I'm saying, there's not enough campy humor or campiness with these matches.
Yeah, and they have Sid.
Oh, he's going for the Hulk Hogan Andre the Giant slam moment.
Oh, trying to body slam Frankenstein. Probably not the best idea.
No, and Frankenstein falls down on top of Werewolf. Just too big and heavy. The sad thing is, this is pretty much how Kurgan's matches went into WWF at the time. It's pretty much what he did.
And there's a reason he only lasted like a year or two.
There's a reason.
So they just showed Sid. He's puking up blood. He's looking really bad. Staggering about, growling some more, playing to the crowd.
Play
Again,
to the trees.
Not there. Yeah, I was like, huh? Huh? And it's like, did I miss anything? Nope.
The very first time I watched this, a few years ago when it first got brought to my attention, I was doing the same thing. I started dozing off all the time during this. I did the same thing.
So is he trying to pull his head off? Oh, no.
Discombobulating. That I would say that one's kind of funny here. I mean, come on, it's so weird.
It is so funny.
Discombobulating. Keep roaring, Frankie. There's nobody there.
And it's roar some more.
And we cut to please stand by. Technical difficulties as Sasquatch Sid turns into a zombie and attacks Buzz Chambers, a.k.a. Dave Foley.
Who's back on screen now with a neck brace
and a gun.
And a smoking gun.
I don't think it's a smoking gun. It's just, yeah, I know. Never mind. Sorry. It's the whole thing's smoking. Yeah, that's one thing we haven't covered. There's fog and smoke everywhere in this movie. Like, that ring, it's so much fog and smoke.
He looked like shit for 58. Mm-hmm. But, hey, wrestlers live hard lives.
That's right.
Yeah. It's that road life.
That road life.
That nightlife.
Especially, he would have been old school wrestling, man. He would have been back in the territory days.
Yeah, traveling all over the country, just sitting in a car, drinking, popping goofballs to stay awake.
Drinking all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, the power went out now. There's no power. Jimmy Hart and the bikini duel get scared and run away.
There's an electrical storm alert.
Yep. Anyway, they lower the belt down for the championship belt gets lowered in the ring for some reason.
Why?
I don't know why.
Kurgan,
Frankenstein just takes it. Like
I said Kurgan, but Frankenstein takes it, growls. He's like, "Oh, sweet, I'm the champ." Did we see him finish off?
Yeah,
Wolfman?
like you never. No, they cut away to the Sid zombie thing before we saw anything.
Was there like he headbutted him? Is that the finisher? Is that what killed him? Was a headbutt?
Yeah, I don't.
It's
what?
Boo!
Yeah, boo this man.
You did a great head stomp kill, fantastic one.
That was a good look though. It's slow turning, the lightning strike, the light. That was a good shot. I mean, that's good. He looks scary and good there. I'll give him that.
Oh well, Wolfman's up.
Wolfman's getting up.
Oh, they pulled the swerve on me, Marshall. The false finish. And this is all shown in slow motion.
Yeah, this is all slow motion right now. Double axe handle to the back. Frankenstein drops the belt.
And man, that's like such a poor choice to do. If you got a slow big man who has a super slow match, don't put it in slow motion.
Yeah, he's pretty much already in slow mode. Uppercuts Werewolf, busting him open. Grabs Werewolf, throws him through a tombstone. My God! My God!
You're kind of going Joey Styles there.
Yeah. Oh my God!
Yikes! Is he leaving? Again, slow motion.
Somebody stop him! Somebody get a ref in there and stop this madness! He's going for a wooden pole.
Like a telephone pole.
Yeah, it's like a telephone pole.
I'd say like an eighth of a telephone pole. I'm like, it's like a log, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a big log. Wolfman's up. Oh no, here comes this big swing back. Oh, Wolfman ducks under it. That could have taken his head clean off. Drop kick to Frankenstein, shattering the log. It looks like a big Slim Jim.
It does.
Now Werewolf gets a tombstone. Everyone's picking up tombstones. Smashes it over Frankenstein's knee. That's an odd choice. I would have gone for the head myself. He's got another one. Oh my God, he's got another one. Over the head it goes, shattering into dust. Frankenstein's looking hurt. Oh my God, it's the trifecta. He's got a third one, folks. He's got a third one, ladies and gentlemen. And over the back of Frankenstein, it breaks.
That is the smallest flask. How does he keep drinking out of it?
Exactly. That thing should be empty by now.
It should have been emptied like an hour ago.
You must have the bottle underneath the table. Just keeps refilling it. At that point, just drink out of the bottle. It's a tiny flask.
I know. It's so small.
Wolfman thinks Frankenstein's down and takes the belt for himself. He's howling at the moon in victory. You copying me, Dave Foley? Oh my God! Frankenstein is back on his feet. Can you believe this? Oh! And he goes for the choke slam. He's got him up, and down goes Werewolf. giant, big choke slam to the dirt.
Is that what? I saw him move a little bit.
Is not looking good for Wolfman. Frankenstein stands over. He kneels down. I think it's time to.
I think it's a teabag time.
Teabag time.
Oh, I remember this death now. I did like this. I finally remember this.
Oh, he's got his hands in Wolfman's mouth. He is pulling at the jaw. Oh my God, you can hear the sounds of the jaw ripping. Oh my God, oh the humanity, ladies and gentlemen. If they're little kids, make them look away. As Frankenstein has ripped Wolfman's head off his neck.
It's like
Fatality.
head splitter, like tears him off the top of his head off his jaw.
Yep.
And it was a great looking effect.
Good.
It was pretty good looking effect.
Good effect.
Yeah.
Although it does make me wonder because in lore, the only way to kill werewolf is by a silver bullet. So
Is he gonna
does the top of the head regrow, or does the other head regrow a body?
or is it
Or is it both?
Or is it Monster Squad style where it just goes just slaps
like
back together?
magnets, just slaps
Yeah,
them.
magnets.
You're right. Just pulled back together. That's a good question.
Yeah. I love that in Monster Squad. I fucking
It was so good.
love that in Monster Squad because it's always like a great question. What if you blow them
Oh
apart?
my gosh! There's the surprise. We didn't see this coming. The mystery surprise ending, but Colonel Kevin Nash is back.
Colonel Kevin Nash.
Colonel Kevin Nash. He is coming out of the shack.
Sweatier than
Sweatier
ever.
than ever, bloody, but he is back and alive. Is he a zombie? I don't know, but he's here. And he's calling out Big Frank. Oh, he's got the eye of the tiger. He is meeting business folks.
What happened to those bite marks on his arm? They're
The
gone.
bite marks are gone. They have a great medical staff in the back. Frankenstein and Kevin Nash move towards each other. They are locking eyes. It is the showdown for the ages. Let's get ready for the mystery main event of the evening. They are staring down each other. Oh, the face-off. Kevin Nash takes the belt and stomps it on the ground, breaking it. Frankenstein's not going to take too kindly to that.
That's a disrespect to the
Oh,
champ.
Frankenstein's growling.
It's where they're just screaming in each
They are
other's face.
yelling at each other. No one's going to back down from the other. They are reaching back for the punch. Oh, there come the blows. And it cuts away and blackout. That's the end of the movie. What the fucking bullshit kind of ending is that, ladies and gentlemen? I'll tell you what. It is the bullshittiest of bullshitted. It is the cream of the crop, rise to the top. Worst fucking ending you could possibly imagine. Thank you for joining us tonight for the Monster Brawl. Have a good night. Safe travels home, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why I'm still doing that, but...
You gotta add some fun to it. Jesus Christ.
Oh, there is a scene at the end of the credits of Jimmy Hart. So if you want to watch it, you can. We'll let it play out while we talk. Anyway, that's Monster Brawl, guys. Jesus Christ.
This movie just made me angry. I'm still like snapping at you and like
You
everyone.
were.
Like, shut up, Marshall. Jesus
I
Christ.
know, like,
I'm just getting angry. I'm just like, oh God. Oh, this goddamn movie. It just felt like it started off like Rocky and just got like it had a little bit of a ramp going up. Like, okay, this is kind of fun. I kind of get it. Okay, and then it just plummeted to the earth right when Frankenstein came into it. You know, like if he just had one match, I'd have been like, okay, they all can't be high spots. But then you had the main event that just drug on so long.
Yeah.
I'd say that was almost half an hour.
It feels like it.
Oh God, it just took forever. Whereas the other matches, they were pretty quick, you know, pretty fun. You know, just yeah, we're getting in, we're getting out, done.
Yeah.
You know, and the Frankenstein matches were just so long.
Yeah, and especially, and you know, wrestling, when you got big, slow guys, you don't give them long matches. You give them in, they do their thing, they get the fuck out. So
Yeah.
they're not exposed and they're not boring the audience. You keep them looking strong. You keep them looking like the monsters are supposed to be. They come in, dominate or whatever, and they leave. Get them the fuck out.
Right.
I mean, unless you're like, you know, fucking Undertaker and Kane who can legitimately go. Big Show had his moments here and there.
Yeah.
But for the most part, most your average big man, get him the fuck out.
Yeah.
And, you know, this movie, I'm trying to wait for these credits to roll over so we can get this Jimmy Hart thing.
Let's
out
just
of the way.
fast forward.
Yeah, let's just let me find my fast forward. Let's see if we can fast forward this. And
Nope,
I just missed it. We are a lot closer. Let me back up a bit. There it was. Leave it. Stop. This remote's really.
I think that was pretty much it.
Oh, here we go. Here's Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, he's like, I've been to Madison
God
Square
damn,
Garden.
now what
I've been to the
happened?
Cow Palace.
Oh yeah.
You're lying, Jimmy.
Yeah, you're lying.
He's saying it's the most exciting thing I've ever been to. And there's a zombie right behind him.
Which not the greatest. They just painted his face green with some blood. It is not a very good zombie makeup. So a zombie kills Jimmy Hart. Oh nope. Yep, there he goes. Drags him under the ring. Jimmy Hart gets got by a zombie.
And he's having a blast though. Jimmy
Hart. You can tell he was having fun with this.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. Movie's officially over now. Turn that off.
You know what, man? I almost want to apologize to you because for years I've been saying, let's do Monster Brawl. Let's
Yeah.
do Monster Brawl. And you're always like, no.
Text thread, like,
No.
I was like, I had another, let's do Monster Brawl. I'm like, no, I don't know. And Aaron's like, yeah, because Marshall doesn't want to have any fun. He's no fun, man. You gave me shit for not wanting to do this. And now you got your wish. You got your wish, what you asked for.
Yeah.
And now you know why I didn't necessarily want to do this.
Good Lord. That's a hard movie to watch.
Yeah.
Like, it has so much potential.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with this is, well, you know what? Hold on, but we before we go on, let's just make this. Let's just do this. So, favorite kill.
Don't act like you didn't love it. Favorite kill.
All right. So
I guess the kills were pretty good.
they weren't bad.
Yeah.
Swamp Guts was lame, but overall,
I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind it.
You got the
but-
big belly. You got to
Yeah.
do something with it. A good
True.
frog
That's true.
splash. That's not bad. There might have been a more creative way, but I don't hate that one.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's probably the overall decent kills.
Yeah. The kills were all pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah. Not disappointed in that.
Yeah. So
And-
what did you go with your favorite here?
I think I'm gonna go with the head stomp.
The head stomp.
Yeah, I thought it looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
Because it did look like it sure did look like the guy's face, and it sure did look like it didn't explode, but it crushed and shit flew out of its eyes, and it looked like the skull was still crushed, but not like smooshed to pieces. I thought it looked pretty good.
Okay.
That was my favorite one.
Yeah, I'm actually, that's one of my tops too. Like I said, they were all actually pretty good. Like even the vampire ripping out the money's heart was solid. The Cyclops eye beam was okay, and like the melted face effect was really good.
When she pulled her hands off,
Yeah, I mean
that
it's
was cool.
a great
Yeah.
effect. Werewolf getting his head ripped, even though that was one of my, I'm kind of upset with it because Werewolf was like, I thought should have won, not Frankenstein, but whatever. Or honestly, Vampire should take them all out, but whatever. Great look. I mean, it looked great.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the foot stomp was really good. I'll go Werewolf.
Yeah.
Because it was solid. It was good. It
That
looked
was
good.
it was a close one between me, the werewolf, and the zombie.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the odds and ends.
Just when you thought it was over, here comes the odds and ends.
All right, so ratings gives it a 3, or IMDb gives it 3.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, there is no official thermometer score, but it has a 16% audience score.
Ooh.
But Amazon,
3.5?
4 out of 5.
Sure.
Plot keywords, there were 28 total plot keywords. Some of them were connexploitation,
Yep. We've heard that one before.
bikini, I can't even,
Booker.
buxom.
Buxom. There we go.
Sorry, buxom, bikini, buxom, cleavage,
Yeah.
and drop the drum beat, Aaron, because we got psychotronic film one more time.
Boom. Psychotronic.
There we go. Trivia. I couldn't find anything, which is a little surprising.
That's weird.
I really thought there'd be more because of all the wrestlers. I thought
Yeah.
there'd be something more about it. But
Yeah.
couldn't really find anything. I did dive too deep because I was just kind of like, I just want to get this done. But I didn't find anything easily available.
Right.
But we do get to move on and play the budget game.
They spent how much? The budget game.
All right, Aaron.
So this one's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had these vignettes that were also shot.
Yep.
And the vignettes were pretty good. You know, pretty decent quality. Like, different locations.
Yep.
Like, fucking Cyclops did look like he was in Greece, on the coast. You know, I mean, it could have been the coast anywhere, but it was a rocky, craggy coast.
It was the coast of Vancouver.
Very well could have been. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm not sure. This is kind of tough because then you got to pay for Kevin Nash and Jimmy Hart, and I know they're probably not going to be that expensive. It's probably just going to be a day or two that they're working, really.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash probably had to work more because he was in 2 different locations.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they were primarily it's just shot in one fucking scene, the graveyard.
One graveyard, yep.
You know, they're not going anywhere else for the most part.
Yep.
Jesus.
A lot of styrofoam, though.
Yeah.
Boulders, styrofoam. Lots. The styrofoam had a good budget.
Lance Henderson doing the voiceover.
Doing like an
Foley.
hour's worth of work in a voice like sound booth.
Okay. I'm going to say $1 million.
$1 million.
I don't fucking know.
Aaron's guess for the budget, $1 million. Folks, was he right?
I'm not. I have no idea. I have no idea.
From all reports that I could find. Oh, I should have said it was also Canadian money too, by the way.
Oh.
I don't know if that mattered to you.
Well, then I need a second guess.
Budget, 200,000 Canadian.
Yeah, I went way over. Way
Blew
over.
His wad.
But hey, you know,
Yep.
it's tough.
All right, moving on. This is a probe for this week. Let's move on to Mortal Kombat Combat.
At the end of this day, one shall stand, one shall fall.
Good versus bad. Right versus wrong. Light versus dark. In the end, when the dust settles, who will be left standing after Mortal Kombat Combat?
All right, so 142 ratings on Amazon. My dog is jumping up on Aaron's lap right now.
I don't know why. He's very excited to see me. Oh, you saw me for like an hour and a half.
45% are 5-star.
Okay.
4% are 1-star.
Oof.
That really surprised me.
Yeah.
Really surprised me. So, starting off for 5 stars from retired soldier / sailor, you just KNOW that I had to see the Frankenstein monster in the ring with Wolfman ... Frankenstein in my middle name. Silly fun with all your favorite monsters. See a head ripped off. Cool. Most sincerely yours, Michael F. McCloskey. 5 stars.
Michael F. I guess his middle name is Frankenstein.
Apparently.
Jesus.
From Jeremy Purwine, I don't know. It's the Citizen Kane of monster wrestling movies. You can't go wrong with the Mouth of the South, Babes and Monsters, 5 stars. Last one, 5-star review from Andrew. Writes, Wrestlemania can suck it. This is the reason I started watching. That is really is a bunch of.
Yeah, I got you.
Started watching wrestling. Wrestling is schlocky romp of juvenile stupidity, and this movie not only revels in it, it wears it proudly like a badge of honor. All the acting is deliciously over the top. Everyone involved was visibly having the time of their life. The action and violence is beautifully graphic and hilarious at the same time. You really feel the power and the viciousness of these monsters as they do battle in the ring and literally tear each other apart. And the pre-match interview with the Mummy had my friends and I crying. We were laughing so hard. That's what this movie is. It's a wrestling show with classic monsters and no ambiguous endings. Are you fucking kidding me? Ambiguous endings? There is no ending.
Yeah.
We can't get any more ambiguous than that. What the fuck did you watch? Each match ends with a monster being killed. The actors are mostly wrestlers. Frankenstein you might recognize from Sherlock Holmes. So they not only chew the set, they pour mustard on the set and eat it with a tall glass of milk and a fork. In fact, the only thing I can say against this is I really wish there had been an audience watching the matches. It might have really completed the look and made the zombie outbreak in the middle even more enjoyable. But that's like asking for chocolate sprinkles on Belgian chocolate ice cream. It's just extra. 5 stars.
Boo.
And that's pretty much it for the 5 stars that were written. 1 stars, even though there were a lot less 1 stars, there were a lot more written 1 stars. I tried to get some of the shorter ones, and there's one longer one at the end. 1 star from Strider Kiwi. Monster Brawl is an awful movie. At times, it can be so bad it's enjoyable, but these moments are fleeting. Every single time guests come over for visit, they somehow spot this hell spawn tucked away in a corner of my closet, and then I'm forced to acknowledge its existence while my friends parade my idiocy around for all to enjoy. Wish it would just explode in its case. 1 star.
Or you could just sell it, or you just throw it away.
Yeah. From Doormat Thinking. Bad movie. Trailer was the best part of the movie. Watch the trailer and you've seen the best part of the film. Save your money. 1 star. Simon Smith writes, unfortunately, not even Kevin Nash can save this film that goes on 60 minutes too long. 1 star. James Sunley. I like wrestling and love horror, so I got this. And oh, disappointment, bad wrestling, bad monsters. A bit of fun maybe after a few beers, only if you can find it for under €1. It's too childish for adults and too adult for children. 1 star. Kind of makes a point on that one.
Yeah.
And lastly, from Ox Bigley. Oh boy, I get how the concept of this can lure people into wanting to watch this film. That's what got me, but wow, this sucks. The special effects are okay at times, but I've seen films do better with less. I get it's supposed to be like wrestling, but the monsters playing to the audience doesn't make sense when there isn't one. It's obvious that it's trying to be comedic, but it fails and ends up being boring. I laughed harder at some Simon's Cat cartoons on YouTube, don't know what that is, than I laughed at this film. The only thing I truly thought was funny was when the mummy was cutting his promo, his dialogue was subtitled in hieroglyphics. A major flaw in this film, some of the backstories for the monsters would have made for better films by themselves.
Yes!
This film's concept would have made a better video game, especially since they rip off Mortal Kombat. If you like wrestling, comedies, or horror films, don't watch this movie. Believe me, I like watching bad movies and make fun of them. This movie's so bad I can't even make fun of it. In the end, this film is like communism. It looks good on paper, but the reality is something else entirely, and crap. I've seen high praise reviews for this thing. These people either worked on the film, have no sense of humor or good filmmaking, or they have a blood alcohol level so high that they would give a vampire cirrhosis of the liver from a prick on their finger. 1 star.
That's pretty funny.
So that's what other people had to say on the. And so let's finish this up. I think we both have quite the thoughts to say about this movie. But Aaron, go ahead.
I think we both agree this had a lot of potential.
Yeah.
But this also just goes to show, like, I don't know if I knew it was just wrestling monsters, but I didn't know it had zero story. Mm-hmm. Like, there was no goal. There's no journey. It's just literally monsters wrestling.
Actual wrestling. Monday Night Raw has more story than this movie does.
There's no payoff.
Yeah.
You know, why do I care about Frankenstein? I don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
This movie.
Why do I care about any of them? I don't. I don't care about any of them. I don't care about any there's no hook whatsoever. Even we watch some shitty fucking horror movies, but they still try to create a story where you kind of have to sympathize with certain characters, and you're like, okay, this is the person I'm supposed to care about. I see why. Yes. I guess I'm supposed to care about him, but there was none of that. None of that was put together. It was just literally monsters wrestling just for the sake of monsters wrestling. And the guy kind of mentioned it does rip off Mortal Kombat. And you could do it tournament style, but the tournament has to have some sort of payoff or some sort of reward or some sort of accomplishment.
Well,
towards
apparently the belt was the reward, but even that was
Jesus, that belt was horrible.
Yeah, it was a shitty looking belt.
It was a horrible looking belt.
We didn't even talk about the belt.
The belt was just like it said like Monster Brawl in aluminum foil with like chicken bones stuck on it. It looked awful.
It was flimsy. It was bad looking. Yeah.
It looked really bad.
I've seen indie wrestling companies have better belts.
Big time. I've seen mock WWF like UFC belts look billions times better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just disappointed. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm really disappointed in something that has so much that appeals to me. Comedy, horror, wrestling.
Yeah.
And all of it just failed. I felt like it was kind of getting going after Lady Vampire's match and even Wolfman and Swamp Gut. I'm like, okay, here we go. And then it just, but it was, I'm not saying it was like a big peak either. It was like a little ramp, It was like, just fell right off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say so bad. It's scary. I do. Please, don't be suckered in like me.
Yeah.
And being like, this has got to be good. There's got to be some fun, but it's like squeezing and how you wring out like a cloth that's full of water and you wring it out like 12 times and you're just trying to squeeze one more drop out of it. That's how I felt I was doing. It's like, oh, come on, where's the fun? Fuck you, piece of shit, move it. And nothing came out. My hands were getting a little soggy, but nothing came. It just fuck. I'm so upset.
Yeah, I mirror pretty much everything you said. Giant disappointment as well. The lack of zero story is a big problem. There's no plot. There's no point. They don't even explain why this tournament's being held. Like, if they would have done something like they could have, instead of Hades and Cyclops, they could have had do like the fucking Devils. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna throw a tournament, and whoever wins this thing, you guys get to rule the world, or you guys get to call the shots on this, or you get some kind of reward, some kind of evil supernatural occurrence or something, or the winner of this stops the apocalypse or starts the apocalypse and whatever where they want. Something. They're monsters. They should have some reason. There's zero story. The fact that it's just match after match after match after match with nothing holding it all together. There's
no stakes. There's no dog in the fight.
There's no, like I said, I like the fact you said that, even in the bad movies we watch, there's characters and you try to find some redeeming factors, something to latch onto or root for somebody. And here, there's no reason like anything. You don't care. Other than like, maybe whatever your favorite classical monster is, like, oh, I always loved the Wolfman, so I'm going to root for Wolfman just because I like Wolfman. But not necessarily this particular Wolfman, just because you like Wolfman in general. Or like Aaron likes Frankenstein. He's got a bunch of Frankenstein. So Aaron's like, I'm going to root for Frankenstein just because it's Frankenstein, not this particular one. There's zero, you get zero redeeming. There's no bond. There's no connection to any of these
investment
monsters.
in any of them.
Investment, thank you. And that sucks. But again, we talked about the weight classes make zero sense. Why do you even have them there? Because at the end of the day, Wolfman and Frankenstein was a giant. Wolfman was tiny compared to Frankenstein, so why not just have?
Well, everyone's tiny compared to Frankenstein,
right? But I mean, why not have Lady Vampire, who was by far the best performer in this movie?
Yeah, I totally agree.
She should have it should have been like her versus Frankenstein or something. Because she could actually wrestle and carry her match.
You hope she could.
In her one match with the Mummy, you could say she was the best.
Yes, she carried it. Yeah,
she carried her segment. Why get rid of your best asset? One match that didn't mean anything in the outcome of this movie. Like, don't even have those matches there. Just have it all heavyweights and either have the matches better or have more. Just have heavyweights. Don't have multiple. There's no point for them to be there.
Well, there's just so much focus on Frankenstein.
Right. So much on Frankenstein. Obviously, he was going to be, so much focus on him. But you still could have had the focus. Just make it all heavyweights. Just don't have divisions. Just have everybody in one group, fight it out, and you're done. Because there's no point in otherwise, there's no reason to have them there. That was just waste of time, waste of film. Also, like, if this is such, again, the premise sounds fun. Sounds good. And what they should have done is gone all in on the campiness over the top and made it fun and silly. It's fucking monsters wrestling. Don't try and make it look like I'm watching a fucking real wrestling show with vampires and werewolves and mummies. Give me a entertaining, campy story. I'm not saying slapstick, but something fun. They could. I like the one guy. Have an audience there. When a zombie outbreaks with an audience, the crowd gets involved. They break out. Not all these corpses rising from the grave for no reason. Have them spray blood on the front row of people. And or
tear off someone's arm and hit him with it. Yeah.
And then throw it out to the crowd. They grab it like they're grabbing like their favorite wrestler's shirt when they throw it out.
Right.
Have something more fun. Have Wolfman howling doing like sunset flips off the top, or have Lady Vampire fucking transform into a bat or a mist to dodge an attack, and then or I mean, there could have been so much like you said with Frankenstein. Have an arm come off and he just sticks it back on.
Right.
They should have played up the monster aspect, but they really didn't. And that's what I think one reason why it's so boring to watch. You can go to indie wrestling is hit or miss time. Sometimes they're fun. They're never they're not high quality, but it's just fun show. but those are more fun. Like, I don't know. It's like going to a really, really bad indie wrestling show where they're
just dressed up like monsters.
Yeah, and the matches were bad. They weren't well. It's just so disappointing overall. I have a lot more I could say about this, but I feel like I'm just wasting time. So bad it's scary. So many things wrong with it. And so many things. I mean, we talked about it. So why were they even announcers there? Who? There's no cameras. Who are they talking to? Who are they playing to? Why is this happening in the first place? Nothing makes sense. And normally, if it was more top, I would say, who cares? It doesn't need to make sense. But they didn't go enough over top. So it left me wondering, why is this happening? And so because I didn't give me that suspension of disbelief to ignore this stupid thing, like, so I'm left wondering why. So I'm left focusing on these other things I don't want to be worried about.
Who's holding this?
Yeah, like who's that promoter? Like the promoter's like, I'm going to put a wrestling match in for.
Yeah. Oh yeah, him in the beginning where he's just like, yeah, just a normal this is like the most boring guy in the world.
Like, how do you have Lady Vampire's address? How do you know her agent? How do you get reached? Like, how do you know these people? How are you organizing a thing for monsters that most are selling like things of myths and legends, but apparently they're real, and you're the only one who knows? How are you in contact with them? How are you working? It doesn't make any fucking sense. There's no plot. There's no story. Everything's bad. It's slow. So bad it's scary. I'm glad at least we're done with this movie. I don't have to hear about it anymore. I don't have to watch it anymore. I don't have to get asked about it anymore. We're done with it. It's over. Monster Brawl is in the books. I pity you guys if you go and watch this because it's not fun. There's so many. I'd rather watch Blackenstein again than watch this.
I think the only redeeming thing you could do with this movie is have it on the background at a Halloween party, like on one TV, not the main TV, but just like a random TV somewhere. Exactly. You got the music playing, people are partying, people are having fun. You got it on the background. Someone goes, "Oh, look at that! That's weird." And like, no, dude, don't worry.
No,
just enjoy how it is right now.
Yeah, and then we get started on the ending. It doesn't even have an ending. You don't have an ending to this shit. I guess that's appropriate because there's no plot. It doesn't make sense. So why have an ending that makes sense? It just ends. This ending reminded me of that stupid movie we did years ago, Playing with Dallas Below.
Yeah.
Where it just, they go in to punch each other and it just ends after they punch each other. That's exactly what this was. Frankenstein, Kevin Nash raised their fist to punch each other and just blacks out. Are you fucking kidding me? I wasted an hour and a half for that fucking ending. Fuck you, Monster Brawl. Give me a goddamn ending. Or don't do that shit at all. Fuck you. That is an insult to people who wasted their time watching this garbage. I'm done. So, guys, watch more horror movies. And remember,